Often I get to thinking how as kids we got by. Like at Christmas time at our house, we couldn't even afford a fire. But we made do with what we had back then when I was young. Dad used to suck a peppermint, we'd all sit around his tongue. We couldn't afford no fancy tinsel for our Christmas tree, so we'd just wheel our granddad in and make the old cunt sneeze.
Wheel him round the other side, Nana.
But things change pretty bloody quick. I've got kids now of my own, and I heard them unwrap their prezzies last night when I got home. Hey, Santa Claus, you cunt! Where's me fucking bike? I've unwrapped all this other junk and there's nothing that I like. I wrote you a fucking letter and I come to see you twice. You worn out geriatric fart, you forgot me fucking bike. If I'd have wanted a pair of bloody socks, I would have bloody asked. And this cowboy suit and ping pong set you can shove right up your ass. You stuffed me bloody order up, it's enough to make you spew. But it's not just me who's snaky, mate, me sister's dirty too. Hey, Santa Claus, you cunt. Where's me fucking pram? You promised me you'd send me one, and you remember who I am? 'Cause I'm the little girl what you made sit right on your hand. I'll give you fucking ho-ho-ho, you forgot me fucking pram. Next time I come to see, I'm gonna punch you in the guts, and I'll let your fucking reindeer loose, kick Rudolph in the nuts. Yeah, you just wait till next year till you get back to that store. And me and me little sister come stomping through the door and we'll say, hey, mums and dads, just smell his breath and check his bloodshot eyes. And don't listen to him, boys and girls, 'cause he tells fucking lies. He's just a piss tank and a pervert. He's not even very bright, 'cause the old fucking wanker forgot me fucking bike. Hey, Santa Claus, you cunt. Where's me fucking bike? I've unwrapped all this other junk and there's nothing that I like. I wrote you a fucking letter and I come to see you twice. You worn out geriatric fart, you forgot me fucking bike. I'll dob you in, you old cunt. I'll tell me old man on you, he'll punch your fucking lights out. I saw Mummy sucking Santa Claus.
And welcome everybody to the Kinky Kino Christmas. I'm your host, Euros MC. That is a bit of Australian humour for you, and if you know anything about Randbot, you know there's not much of Australian humour. I've got me a few spurgs in chat. Welcome to the Ghost of Nicola. You there, bud?
Yeah, man. What's going on? Just getting ready to feed my dogs.
Feed your dogs, indeed. Merry Christmas, my man. Merry Christmas.
Merry
And
Christmas.
we might have a little bit of a special guest here. We've got an E-celeb, everyone. We have the man with the sharpest sword on the internet. We have the Daimo. Mosh
Daimo?
I'm a narcissist. I have a blog, and I'm a sociopath.
You sound like the most evil man on the internet. How dare you? How dare you? How was your Christmas, Daimo? Can you tell us what a standard Japanese Christmas is like?
I woke up in the morning, and I chased the Koreans out of my yard, We didn't make it to the rice field, before we had to burn the entire village, And then we got tired, We had the rice balls, and then we went to sleep,
Well, that sounds like just a standard Japanese day to me, but I'm glad that you had a...
Can I ask you a question, about Australian history?
Please, go ahead.
Is it true that Australia started out as a British penis colony?
That is true. We've been getting fucked by the British for many, many a year.
A penis colony. I always wondered what that was,
Well,
I think it was a Kino.
no, you've got...
No, that's not right,
Yes, it's
Yeah, that's
actually
not right,
a penis colony. the Imperial Anglos decided many a century ago that if you are to infringe on the rule of law, the Westminster rule of law, such as obtaining a piece of bread to feed your family, the punishment as such would be to ship across the world to a uncharted world, a deserty land. It's currently 43 degrees Celsius here. I don't know what the fuck that is in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. And you came here and you got fucked for centuries, and that is our beautiful penis colony.
It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, though.
Well, it feels a lot more. It feels a lot more. Now, the purpose of this Christmas catch up, as such, as we all know, there's a Grinchu out there in our midst who hates Christmas and didn't want to have fun this Christmas. So
That's
instead,
me, because I'm a narcissist.
indeed, indeed, and we've already seen your beautiful. Was it a flower of some description? What was your flower again?
It was a flower of my narcissism, though.
Yes, well, it's been blooming for quite some time. So, because of that, Christmas is cancelled with a capital KKK, and
We're celebrating Hanukkah.
yes, we've all got together this Hanukkah instead to have a quick chat and have a reminisce of what the year 2021 was. Now, in my opinion, the reason why it's become such a tumultuous year could be talked about through a political lens, but that's gay and boring, so we're not going to talk about that. But I think this year, genuinely, people just lost their goddamn fucking minds. We saw meltdowns left, right, and centre. We saw relationships blossom. We saw them wither. We saw many a things. Gentlemen, is there any reason why you think there was so much chaotic energy in the Kino sphere this year?
I think it has
I
to
don't know.
do
I
with.
think
Sorry. Oh, shit. Fuck, I'm fucking this up. God damn it. God damn it, dude. God damn it, dude.
sure, but I just think it was all because of the pandemic, you know, and people just losing their fucking minds, being stuck in the house all day, you know, a lot of science misenjoyers, just I don't know, lots of variables, you know. You can go now, Diamond. That's all I have.
Well, I think it's because of what the queers have been doing to our soil, though.
Oh, please go on. That sounds interesting.
You don't know what the queers have been doing to our soil, though?
They've been planting queer trees.
Well, under every giant metropolitan city, for example, Des Moines, Idaho, there's an underground layer of homosexuals, though, and they're messing with the soil, though, to make it unfarmable, though.
Look, I heard about this. I think it was reported on the Pulitzer Prize winning website Infowars.com. I think there's some credence to that, and I think that the fruits of said labours have now sprouted and infected everybody's minds with brain mushrooms or something of the like. So, just to run off the top, we are going to settle down and maybe think about a top five Kino moment as such. But so much happened this year. So much happened this year. Quickly, gentlemen, can you rattle off the top of your heads anything that you thought was particularly memorable about 2021's Kino harvest as such?
I know just off the top of my head, you got the Chaggart Pinodrome with PPP, the 1318. You've got the Squire coming back. You had the whole,
Boo!
conspiracy. Uh, but there's so many things. Like even before that, there was the Big Bear stream with Owen Benjamin and all that.
Tell us quickly
face
about
going to
that
jail.
Nicolo,
You know,
because
on
some
all the
some people might
charges.
not know what you're talking about with the Beg Bear stream. Just quickly recap that one for us.
Oh, okay. There was this PPP went over this Owen Benjamin. He was like a cult follower of Owen Benjamin, and she like sent him letters and shit, and he like didn't want anything to do with her. She wanted to go to Bertaria, and he excommunicated her from Bertaria.
So
Like
you're
a 4
telling
hour
me
documentary.
you're telling me a schizophrenic psychopath like Owen Benjamin cultivated a community of equally minded schizophrenic psychopaths? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, yeah, it's almost kind of similar to what Coach is doing right now with the
Oh,
LG.
of course, of course.
But
That has been a late coming
yeah.
of Kino from Coach Kino Pill over there.
And even I mean, the year's not out. I mean, I know nobody watched it last night, but Jim came back. He streamed.
Who?
You know, Timothy, Daddy Jim.
Oh, is that guy who used to make really good content about laughing at people being spurgs on the internet, only to turn around and become a spurg himself on the internet that posts nothing except for Biden posting, Let's Go Brandon posting, and Corona posting? Is that the guy you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same guy, same guy. But I mean, I don't think anybody watched this stream.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Maybe just a few retarded small children that he grooms instead. So, oh,
But that's just what I got. Just a couple things. I know there's a lot more. And ones I'm overlooking. The Baked Guilty on All Charges, I think, is one of the best. And Broody and the Daimyo here. You know
I was
that
going
that
to
that's
segue
all.
into that. We will indeed talk about the new entrance to the Kino market in 2021. But Nick, you just said, and again, it's Nick is short for Nicolo. Let's not freak out about doxing here. Now, I just have some
No,
breaking news here from the one and only best friend online, DJ Axel. You're 100% right, Nicolo. You're 100% right. The year is not over. There still is some Kino in the works. Breaking news from DJ Axel. Cognitive Thought, everybody's favourite Spurgy Britman. He has broken up with his girlfriend. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have another spew stream on our hands.
his girlfriend wasn't he raising her kids? Or were they his kids? I mean, I don't know. I never really watched uh Cog.
Look, no, I don't think anybody watches Cog. He has had a bit of a renaissance as such with some of the Ethan Ralph drama, and again, we'll talk about that soon. But in reality, what's he offering? He's offering spurgy sound bites every time someone donates some shekels to him, and just the most inane, boring commentary. Why was this man even a thing to begin with? I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no clue how he got to his status he is, if you even want to call it that. I mean, collecting money on the internet. Being an idiot. So.
And he is a Brit Bong at the end of the day. Like, we've already talked about the desire to set up penis colonies around the world. So, hopefully, the one thing he might deliver is a meltdown before the end of the new year. So that could be added to the list. So we've got some great recaps there, I think, there, Nicolo. Now, Daimel, the new entrance into the Kino circle. Tell us, what was your favourite moment of 2021?
My favorite moment, would have to be the Surfer and PPP breakup,
Yes.
That was a high watermark of the Kino community, I would have to say, Without that moment happening, gentlemen, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here. Rudy wouldn't be here. That moment, change the world forever, dude. If those two homosexuals could, get along and deal with their relationship correctly, then it would be a whole different landscape today, It was the
$100%.
So
shot
was it
heard
like
around the world,
It was the
the
cock
9/11
call.
of the internet? Did you say?
It was the 9/11 of the internet. Someone was a hero, buddy, and we will definitely be getting into the world famous marriage breakup. And so many things have stemmed since. We've had the rise of Surfer as a schizophrenic Bible streamer. We've had the fall of
The Surfer
PPE.
used to be like coherent. Surfer used to make sense when he talked. I used to be able to listen to Surfer and be like, that's a man talking.
Well,
Now
look,
I've seen homeless men on the street that sound better than Surfer.
we're going to go through. I have taken the time. I couldn't do it all because I do have a life outside the internet, believe it or not. But I did recap last night some of the best time clips from the Kino drone versus Chagget episode because it's a beautiful descent into the mind of an autist, and you'll see in one of my timestamps there. One of the possible reasons as to Surfer's the formation of his brain chemistry. Let's put it that way. Now, again, DJ Axel has come through with a message for the Daimon. He wants me to tell you that his forge is ready to temper his katana. Apparently, you'll know what that means. It's a code.
Okay, I'll heat up the hot tub.
Daimo, is he your shogun? Because I've always asked you that. Who is your shogun? What does he do? You
Well,
never
that's
answered me.
kind of none of your goddamn business, Sue.
You never answered me. I just want to know who your shogun is.
Can we kick Ghost of Niccolo and have his possessions burned, dude?
Well, look,
Is
because
that too
we've
much
got
to ask you?
a record 3 streamers right now, I don't feel quite comfortable with jannying 33% of my audience. But look, we will take further requests, and if he does speak up, there will be a burning of
Take
his
his
Christmas
jacket off,
presents.
dude. Take his jacket off. Dump him out in the cold, dude.
That
Don't
that
don't take my jacket.
that could
Take
be
his
a
jacket
start.
off.
Now, gentlemen, I think for me, I think definitely the Surfer and PPP breakup was the apex of the Kino this year. Like all things great, they must come to an end. But I thought PPP really had built himself up into an absolute mensch status this year. It wasn't that long ago from the Simspiracy arc last year that he had built himself up. I was one of those newer fags to come along, admittedly. But, at that time, he'd got himself up to the sort of 150 to 200 live stream numbers. And we all know at the end of the day, the most important thing about this corner of the internet is how many numbers you get on stream. If you don't get stream numbers, then who the fuck are you? But he blew up this year. There was almost like an inverse correlation between the descent of Ethan Ralph and the ascent of PPP. For me personally, I think one of the richest Kino moments was weekend at Spurgy's, as I call it, aka the weekend that Warski had teamed up with PPP and Surfer, and that was a content-rich weekend. We had the initial start of poppers and drinking and almost a beheading live on stream. We had some weird shit go on that was absolutely majestical, and maybe we'll pull up some clips from that. But gentlemen, did you
Someone
capture
come
that?
in and just say triggered? What was the trigger, dude?
I think he said bigger. I think he was bigger than all of us. That could have been it. Um,
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what it was. That was
yeah.
pretty epic.
Oh, look, there's
Bigger
some.
views, bigger, views, bigger channel. You know,
Exactly,
it's all about
exactly.
the
There's
views.
there's bigger streams out there apparently. So look, let's not faff around too much, boys. I do have some great timestamps for us to get into with the Kinodrome versus Chagget. Now, as Niccolo said, the 1318 saga, for those who are uneducated, let's even step further back. My first knowledge of Chagget, who this person was, like many people, was the Baked Alaska versus Jim stream. This man in the background who was admonishing Jim for dare throwing salt in his game. He looked like an autist to begin with, so I already thought that there was something up with this guy. But have you guys got any deeper lore than that? Do you know much about this Chagget man?
No, I don't really know a whole lot about him. The only thing I knew about him was, um, like he was kind of connected to TRS, I guess, and I don't even really like them that much. I mean, it's whatever, but that and his dad's book, that PPP went over, just talking about dealing and having to deal with his son who has autism and how horrible it is. Just shitting on his son, pretty much. That's to my extent of what I know about Shaggy.
Look, he
I
was.
saw it.
Sorry, go ahead, Daimo, my father.
I first saw Shaggy on an episode of The Dick Show. And he was just some guy that showed up in the studio. And I was like, why is this man on my best friend and daddy Dick's show? And he was just being autistic goo, and it was great too. Little did I know.
So, is Dick your shogun?
It's none of your. Listen, man. Listen. I own half of New York City. I am Baron Trump. Watch it.
Look,
I am robo tripping.
that's fair enough, father. I do not want to come across the wrong side of your katana, so that is fair enough. Look, I think we can all agree that Chagget, he has an emanation out of nowhere. He's come through many different avenues, but 1318, the famous defense of pedophilia that it was the autism's fault. That was something that I think was universally laughed at on the internet, and at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. But first, we'll get into.
It's like he's going around asking everybody, like, is this okay? And people are just like, no, it's bad,
Can we ask the panel, what do you think about 1318?
What do I think about it?
Do you agree? Do you think that it's okay? We got one in the chat. If you think it's okay to have sex with a 13-year-old when you're 18, new. This is a hot question. It's controversial, dude. But we want to know the truth, dude. We don't just want to hive mind it, dude. We need real opinions by real people, dude.
Well, we should ask Mormon Shaggy. Mormon Shaggy would probably be for it, in Mormonism.
Mormon Shaggy's a real liberal guy. Yeah, you're right. He might, he's the real wisdom. He's a high priest, dude. For God's sake, dude. What about Euros? What do you think, dude? Are you for pedophilia or against it?
I must admit, I am Greek, so that would be the first disclaimer. I must admit as well, in our penis colony here, with our dirt floors in Australia, we do have a backwards thinking. But the notion that just because you're autistic, you're able to subtract a quote-unquote mental maturity from your real age and therefore have sex with a girl who was... Apparently, she wasn't a girl. She was more than just a girl at 13. I think it's based. I think it's very based, and I think we should all do it, and I think it will end up saving the white race. So put me down as a avid 13-18 enjoyer.
There you go.
There you go.
What about you, Nicolo?
I just no. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no also, because I don't want to go to prison, and I think it's
Yeah,
morally reprehensible.
See, in Australia, you won't go to prison. You'll just go into Parliament here. So I look forward to my career as the Prime Minister of Australia going forward. But before, I did actually forget something, my friends. Before we get into the Chaggot Dome, instead, we have a special message from one of our friends in the East Lebdom. So, let's go ahead and play it.
Merry Christmas, incels.
What a sight.
This Kino community
I
we
can't hear
witnessed this
this,
year
dude.
was
Oh no, you can't hear this?
I can't do.
Oh, who would want to just look at. Oh, yes, Gowdy, I'm felted. I've felted myself. What have I done here? I got everything working, and now I've completely fucked it. Okay. Let's try this one.
How am I supposed to masturbate to Gahul if I can't hear him?
That is the question we've all asked ourselves. Can you hear that, gentlemen?
Merry Christmas, incels. This
Yes.
Kino community we witnessed this year was shit. It was terrible.
I hear
wasted
it, too.
hours of my life
Yeah.
on things that will never affect you for the rest of it. However, it was a fun ride. And we're all on the other end. We all made it out.
Nice gunshot there.
I want to say that it was a
Why does Gahul dress like Tony Soprano?
some fun stuff. My top moment. Let's do this. Top Kino moments. Of
Well, you did hear him on the chat the other night. He does like to eat
Number
gabagool.
5. The top Kino moments this year were.
Oh, did he say that? I don't remember.
Ukrainian. I don't whisper. I'm in the basement of my uncle. I'm in Geneva. I'm in Geneva, Illinois. So, fun fact: you know that this movie was filmed in Geneva, Illinois? It's a little film called The Road to Perdition. It was filmed just down the road from here.
Oh, nobody fucking cares, Gahul.
In downtown Geneva. And
He needs to get the haircut, too. And he needs to stop dressing like he's Tony Soprano.
I
I
think
feel like he'd walk. I feel like someone should just beat the shit out of Gahul. Is that just too mean to say? I'm sorry,
Ralph getting beat
I
up.
think definitely, because if you look at The
He's
Sopranos,
out on my stream, saying he's
Tony
the
did
pimp
very
and
well
that
for
he
himself.
gets
He batted
on his
outside
level,
his
he's
weight
got the,
division.
toilets and heads.
So maybe this could be the arc
Blackmail tape, that's
to
the
turn
top
him from an
moment.
incel
Not to toot my own
into
horn,
a
but,
in
the conspiracy video
a
was top
whole lot of
moment,
pussy.
I thought, unironically, it was pretty great. But yeah,
Not with that haircut, sweetie.
that's about it. I didn't do any of the jagged stuff. That was boring to me.
Why would he choose to have that
I
haircut,
can't do
dude?
7-hour streams. That's too much for me. I can't go.
I think
more.
choice is
The
not
stream's
one of
over
the
2 hours,
things
it's too much. I can't
Gahul
get into it.
entertains,
But
unfortunately.
yeah, it was a fun year. Best chat member
Well,
was
you
Tri-
know,
Worst
everyone
poster
wants to
was
be like Tony
Perspicuity.
Sopranos. Like,
What a
Ethan
terrible
Ralph,
poster. You should quit.
he's like Tony
Like,
Soprano, is what he said.
unironically, I don't even have a feud with this guy.
I want to be like McNulty from The Wire. That's who I'm going to be. If I have to pick an HBO show,
Hope next year's
I'm going to be like McNulty from The Wire.
I'd say you're more of a Bobby Bacalava character there,
It's gonna be
Dave.
worse.
Well, you know, you can't win them all.
Last year, doing videos too. I don't know. People talk about retirement.
Which HBO character do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm no longer an incel. I'm not.
I'm Beecher from
Like, you
Oz.
want to hear from me after I become this.
Oh, you want to go to the prison rape show? That's interesting, Is that because of the penis colony?
Oz by name, Oz by nature.
Telling all you kids how to live your life? No. Look, he's
Oz was kind of a penis colony as well, though.
But yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I guess I'd be the Onion Knight from Game of Thrones.
Hope you prayed to
Yeah, I would.
Jesus. Hope you were good this year.
I think that's taken by
Why
Melvin
did-
Shaggy based on his cooking recently. He definitely has
I'll
become
probably
an
do a
admin
stream
guy.
Sunday when I get back.
Well,
To do something.
what would it be like if Gahul wanted to be Larry Bird, though, from Curb Your Enthusiasm?
It's an 8-hour drive back from
Larry
Geneva.
That should be his 2022 arc.
That's brutal.
Larry
She dressed
Bird's
up.
on the basketball player.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
What's his name?
I think you mean
I
Larry David.
retarded.
Oh, also,
No, I meant what I said. Larry Bird, dude.
breaking news here in
The,
big
the
news for
playing for
you
the
all.
Boston Celtics.
Frank
Yeah, that's right,
TV
dude. I meant what I said,
big
dude.
changes
Fuck
coming to
you.
the site starting January
Oh wait,
How
That's
the
gentlemen,
fuck
no
are you
gentlemen,
team.
still
settle down,
talking?
next
gentlemen.
year. I will confirm now. We are launching a new board for the site
What?
in
No one
January,
cares, dude.
and more features for the site will roll out over the
What?
course of next year.
Is one of the features gonna be users?
Can't go into
Got
specifics, but
them.
we're talking full on next gen site experience, next gen image board experience.
What, we're gonna have a site from
TV
2010,
Chan
dude?
Next is coming, boys. TV Chan Next. You heard it here first.
Exclusive. That was. Thank you, Gahul, for one of the most boring Christmas videos I've ever received. For that breaking news of a website nobody uses. We really appreciate your contribution. So everybody, give a round of applause for Gahul. Thank you,
Is
thank you.
Gahul a science mission doing, or is he a Christmas?
Look, I think given Gahul's genetic makeup and the gifts bestowed upon him, I dare say science would not be one of his favourites. I think he needs to put his faith into the Lord to undo all the work of the genetics passed to him.
You know, I always hear about Gahula's genetics, dude. Genetics. It's Gahul's mental shit. It's Gahul's shitty attitude, dude. It's Gahul's lack of self-awareness not to record a 20-minute Christmas video. That's what ruins his life, dude. He can look like a pig, man. You know, Ethan Ralph gets laid, dude. Gahul does not. Because Ethan Ralph doesn't record 20-minute Christmas videos, dude. That's the reason, dude.
That's a very sage advice. Sage advice from our representative Japanese philosopher. So
You
thank you
know,
for that.
Gahul, women are inclined to fuck you. I'm just throwing it out there, dude. They're just inclined to it. Predisposed, even, dude. You have to kind of go out of your way, dude, to be unlikable, dude. But here you are.
Look, at the end of the day, all we need to do is get him on that Euros MC push-up regime trademark, and we could turn him into a unlikable, disgusting ogre creature into a slightly more likable, slightly less disgusting ogre king. So maybe that could be his New Year's resolution there. So,
You think, here's a pitch, dude. Sorry, before we move on, here's a pitch. How about we run a show where we, take over Gahul's life, dude, and in a week, we, queer eye for this incel guy, Gahul, and make him likable, dude. Can we, do a makeover show with Gahul, dude?
I think I'd be down for that. Niccolo, what would you think? Would you watch that? I'd watch that.
I mean, probably, yeah. I would watch it just to see what happens. You can't not watch a car crash or a train wreck.
How much would it cost to buy Gahulu?
Oh, I reckon at least a waifu pillow and some Funko Pops.
We could do this too. We could fly out. All of us could fly out, and we could be like, "Don't wear that. Wear this. Get the haircut too. We'll get him some speech therapy or something, yo. And we could transform him into a new man, yo. Get him a push-up bra.
On no fly list, like little nipple.
Possibly. I don't know. I think you need a photo ID for a no-fly list, and quite possibly, I don't think any photographer would put him through that much pain to capture his photo. No, look, I'm all for this, Damo, and so what we will be doing is setting up a gift send go, as PPP calls. What was it? Grift something glow. We'll be setting that up after this call, and we'll be raising funds to do a queer eye for the ogre guy. So stay tuned for that chat. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this stream. Let's review a bit of Kino. I particularly love this Chaggot Dome thing, or Kino Drome Chaggot episode. I think out of most things you'll find in this corner of the internet, it's just a pure, unadulterated look into the mind of an autist. We will see in this quite. Actually, I don't even need to preface this too much. I think we can just get straight into the clips because this clip right here will show perfectly the type of autism that we're dealing with. So just gentlemen, if you can't hear the audio, if you can't see the screen, just let me know. Actually, I can't fucking hear any audio.
I don't see anything.
Oh no.
Yeah, it says screen pause. Russ.
Embarrassing.
Absolutely.
They paid me $500 to be here.
Absolutely felted. Okay, what are we doing? We're changing windows. We're going to screens. Okay. Where's the sound on this? Can we hear? Can you see anything at least?
My favorite part of this video is Godwinson as the impartial moderator.
Now, that's another reason. Okay, I'm going to pull up another browser. That's another reason I wanted to do this today. Godwinson's performance. Say what you want about Godwinson. Say that he's got vaccine damage. Say that he's actually works for Antifa. Say what you want. But when he's on fire,
how it was meant.
When he's on fire, he can produce some of the most amazing Kino there is out there. Particularly, I've noticed, and again, being that I hail from a penis colony, I don't have this impact. But whenever a Merrimat hears an Englishman's voice, they automatically assume he's an esteemed intellectual, and he really does lean into this quite well. And you'll see that in this clip. But yes, as the impartial moderator sent from the Killstream debate commission, this is a masterclass. So, gents, I'm going to play the audio now. Can you hear anything?
Stories.com.
Quickly then, the reason why we're actually all here is because PPP made a claim that you had been...
No.
Oh, my fucking word. Alright. Let's change the window. Let's change that. Okay.
Sorry, Dymo. No refunds, pal.
No refunds, Dymo. This is just like when you donate to Jim's Cancer Fund.
And that's what this
How
book
about
has
that?
done.
Can we
It's
hear
also
anything?
available on Audible if you want the audiobook. And I narrated it myself. So, Audible, Bad Choices Make Good Stories.
I was just getting this working. What the fuck? Why?
Well, Dymo, what do you have to say about that, man? Like,
Dead
what
air.
do you think?
I was urinating.
Taking a good piss?
Sorry,
You gotta
All
let
I
us
know
know.
is if you're going to be from a penis colony, don't be from a broken penis colony.
Oh.
Alright, hey, look. Here's a little intermission. Alright, Dymo. While Heroes is figuring that out. What was going on in the video where you're talking to a plate and you're talking about cutting your penis off? Like, what was that? Like, was the plate COVID-19? Like, am I supposed to interpret it however I want to? Or?
There was a tiny thing on the plate, and that was COVID-19 now.
Like, it just looked like a decorative, like, china plate. It looked like anything was on it. It looked like you were just talking to a plate.
No, I think you're retarded, dude. I'm sorry.
You need to go back and watch your own video.
No, I have, dude. You're the only one who said that, dude. It's you. I'm sorry, dude.
Okay.
Well, I guess we disagree there, but
My Life with
It's
Autism
okay.
or Bad Choices Make Good Stories.
You don't have to like it,
.com.
dude.
So quickly then, the reason why we're
I take
actually
it
all
we still
here,
can't hear anything,
is
gentlemen.
because PPP made a claim that you had been
What, dude?
sodomized by a person
I
not
don't see
mentioned
nothing,
for legal
dude.
reasons.
I see
You
nothing but
commented on
black
this
and
video.
I look down at my computer screen and I see nothing. This is the definition of felted. Okay. Fuck me. How can
I
all
can
these...
see something, but I can't hear the audio that plays. I can see whatever you got up there.
Okay.
This
How
looks
can
like
all
a
these
toolbar.
fucking retards on the internet get this right, but me, your loyal residential dirt dweller? Okay, there we go. Okay, can we hear audio now? Hold on a sec.
Play it, dude. Play it, white
I am
boy.
Dylan
Yes.
Dylon.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Our dirt flaws have been cured. So this is going to be an intro. I've timestamped this. This is an intro to autism.
Stories.com.
Quickly then, the reason why we're actually all here is because PPP made a claim that you had been sodomized by a person we're not allowed to mention for legal reasons. And you commented on his video, correct? Wanting to come on the show and defend your honor.
So I just have to ask.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
were you sodomized?
No, and I don't think he's gay, but he never...
You don't have to be gay to sodomize someone. I do it all the
Actually,
time,
he's
though.
probably one of the most homophobic
Just
people
ask
I've ever
Rudy
met in my
Coleman.
life. And no, I've never done anything with a guy, and believe me, I have had the chance.
Well, there's a story in your book that we might...
So just right off the bat, he's had the chance. He's definitely not gay, though.
And he seemed very proud that he had the chance.
And I just want to know, like, where does he think he is? Like, what corner of the internet where he thinks that that's almost like a defense of himself, that he's had the chance, he doesn't think that he's gay, in the form of Baked Alaska. But apparently...
Not gay if it's on stream.
Well, again, you know, we've all seen PPP and Surface Stream together, and Josh Moon's your wife's thoughts on that interaction. But let's continue with this clip, because I think we'll hear a bit more autism come out of this man's mouth.
Bring up about a man who had claimed that he sucked you off. Is this true that this man sucked you off at the party? Because he was telling all of his friends that he sucked you off.
No, what this guy was basically he took my insisting, he liked me, right? And he took my insisting that I was not gay as a rejection of him personally. So in his mind, I had to have been at least bi-curious, but I just didn't want him. So I was telling him that I was straight. Mm-hmm. And that's not, I just am not gay, you know, I'm not interested in any guy. But he...
Yeah. You're sure you're not like bi or gay or anything like that?
No,
just definitively for the record.
Because I know the context of it, but do you want to explain
why
he...
No, I've never been... Are you a homosexual man, Shaq?
I've never been attracted to guys at all. I've always been attracted to girls since I could see, since I can remember. But anyway, this guy.
Yeah, because you were trying at that time to get in with a group of like homosexual guys as friends, right? That's what was going on.
Right. I thought I could. That's a whole other topic. But this guy, what he did was, there were already rumors that I was gay because I was acting a little too metro, maybe than I should have been. people with autism, we don't often know how to conduct ourselves. We don't know how to carry ourselves. So we are trying all these different things. And I was trying to be, this new persona. I had to dye my hair blonde, and I was very, very into pop music. I still am, but this guy knew that he could say that he performed something on me, and that everyone would believe him over me because
Now, the mind of the autist here, his defense of not being gay, well, he dyed his hair blonde. He likes pop music.
It's actually.
Look,
Sorry.
we could be onto something here. Apparently, pop music is very big in Norway. I think we might have linked something here, quite possibly. But the most amazing thing about Chagget is that he doesn't just love the pop music in general, but he loves it from a specific type of man.
British man, right?
Right.
You care to expand or explain that for the audience why that would
Yeah. Have you heard the song Applause, by the way? It's a band.
Yeah, applause. Yeah.
Right.
Gentlemen, have we heard this song Applause before? Apparently PPE has.
I live for the applause, live for the applause.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Well,
You've heard it now.
apparently it's hit the charts in Japan and in Canada, but not all the way here in our penis colony in Australia.
Well, gay people already tend to be very interested in pop music. They're
That's
pretty
why.
much the only group that I would say actually likes pop music and appreciates it. And gay black guys tend to have like the exact type of taste in pop music that I like. But British people are just like brilliant with music. Everybody knows that. So a gay black British guy would just be the ultimate.
So there you go, gentlemen.
So resigned. He just put his head up and stepped back.
Just look at
And
the
he's just
look
looking at
on Godwinson's face right now. Look at it. Now we all know he's stoned to the gills, but look at that look of shock on his face. The gay black British man would be the ultimate. So basically, Chagget is saying he wants to hang out with Idris Elba, and that's good to know. Now, look, we could have another E-celeb in our mix. The one and
Trying
only.
to tell you, it was the man himself.
Who was it?
Look, speak of the devil's name and he shall appear. We have one DJ Axel in the chat. Can you hear us, DJ? Oh, he just wanted to wish us a Merry Christmas. I don't think he can come on mic by the sounds of it. It could be quite possible that there's a lot of weird noises going on in the background, a lot of gruntings and groanings, a lot of so
Animal sound.
yeah, that could be it. That could be it. So we'll continue with the
Ethan,
timestamps.
Cut him out. Cut him out of the stream.
We'll
Cut him
continue
out,
on.
though.
Now, Chagget's already talked to us about his affinity for gay black British men. But what does he actually think about women? I think we can all make a quick guess as to what his true thoughts are about women.
Q is and what your beliefs are in regards to that.
Well, the WQ, you had never heard that term before at all?
No, to be honest, no. I'm guessing it's.
Have you heard the term the woman? Have you heard the term the woman question?
Not really. I had heard of the JQ, which we may not get into today.
We won't.
But I had not heard of this, and so I was curious about it and what the philosophy behind that was, and what you mean by that.
Well, my girlfriend is probably watching, and she gets offended and doesn't like some of the stuff that I have to say about this. So, but it means that basically, I believe we are in a war between femininity and masculinity. The right
This
represents
is like
masculinity,
Kahul talking.
and the left represents femininity. And what most of what we see, I think, can be explained by what happens when you give people with feminine-minded minds. I didn't say that
Feminine-minded
well. People,
minds.
people
Yeah.
with feminine-minded thinking. What happens when you give them power?
Shag, could you just repeat? It's what did you say? It's a war between femininity and
masculinity.
And do you think you're winning that war?
No, we're getting our ass absolutely you could say, never mind, I won't say that. We are getting our asses kicked, our faces shoved into the dirt, and then made to lick and swallow the.
So, unfortunately for Chagger, it's not going well for him in this battle between the masculine and the feminine. He's being forced to swallow, and he's found himself more aligned with the likes of
Getting his ass eaten.
He's getting his ass eaten, and so instead he wants to hang out with gay British black men who like pop music instead. Interesting, and he goes on to talk about his thoughts about black men as well, and there's a few questions that I have after this clip.
Guns were an example of masculinity, right?
The pro-gun position is a completely masculine position.
Well, just quickly then. That earring on your left earlobe, is that an aspect of femininity or masculinity?
No, actually, a lot of guys with style wear this. And my girlfriend, actually, I had stopped wearing earrings for a couple of years. And my girlfriend pushed me to start wearing them again. She said she liked guys who wear earrings. And black guys wear earrings. Black guys are the most masculine men. They have literally more testosterone, so.
Is that something that Nick Fuentes would co-sign?
He would deny that black people have more testosterone? I mean, they obviously have more. So black guys have six packs, and they don't even have to work out.
There you go. So none of this punching the gun, none of this embracing the gun. We could just be black and have six packs, and then we would have the eyes and ears of Chagget. So, chat, if you're ever thinking about getting a negroplasty, now is the time. Gentlemen, do you have anything else to have a say about sort of the inner workings of the mind of the autist? He's made some very interesting, leaps here from his likes to where he's come up with his thinking. Do you have any sort of thoughts about this man so far?
I think there's something seriously wrong with him. I mean, it's obvious. You just do what's the physiognomy check. Physiognomy. Just look at him. I mean, he was probably grown in a test tube, and his parents are pissed off that they had to put out all that money to make him, and he's a freaking autist pedophile who is attracted to underage children and uses his autism as an excuse to, placate that. But
so what you're saying is he's basically another version of Josh Moon. So is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Daimo might not like that. I know that's his wife or whatever, but maybe his Shogun, he gets real kind of testy about asking him who his Shogun is, and I don't want to get picked for asking again.
So. It's true. You already lost your jacket, mate. We don't want you losing anything else on the street. Daimo,
shoes.
Do you see any similarity between this man and your wife?
Well, I would like to say that first off, fuck you. Second, I would like to say this exchange, knowing what we know about Pepe in his personal life now, is fucking weird, dude. Now that he's chastising Chagget about being a man-child, dude, we know that Surferoo was wiping Pepe's ass, dude. Isn't it weird, dude, to watch this now and be like, what's the difference, dude, between Pepe and Chagget? Except that Pepe is a slightly more successful autistic person, dude.
It's like watching, say, an M. Night Shyamalan film for the second time. So you know the twist at the end. You know how the mechanics are setting everything up. But now you're starting to see all the telegraphing of said twist. And again, we know how this all unraveled. So we'll go forward a bit. And
Is Chaggit behind it all, Lou? Was
maybe,
Chaggit the one behind it all, Lou?
well, he does come from a certain tribe that's been allocated to control certain things in our reality. So we'll just go ahead and
The
leave it at
Cherokee?
that. Yes,
You're talking about the Cherokee, right?
the known Cherokee. Now, Niccolo was onto something. You're spending all this money on a child to create this monstrosity we have in front of us, but then this child's broken. So what would you do then?
Perspective on that. We'll move on to something else. I wanted to talk to you briefly about some of the medicines that your parents put you on as a child, and then we'll move away from your childhood. We'll move back into.
Sorry, I must pause it here as well. Now, we're gonna. It's Christmas night over here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here. It's Christmas night over in your neck of the woods, gentlemen. I don't know if you have a beer in front of you or an eggnog or whatever the fuck North Americans do. But what we're going to be doing is every time a prescription medicine is announced, we're going to have a sip. All right. So let's go ahead.
To your
But
book
well, hey,
and
look, y'all
say
have to
stuff
take
from your
2
book.
sticks
I
for
know you
me.
prefer it.
Take 2 sticks for me because I'm having to paint my fits and feed my dogs, and I can't drink and paint my fits.
That's all right. Damo can have half a sake, and I'll have half a Foster's, and we'll balance it out for you, Niccolo. So let's go.
I think talk about that.
That's good.
But in terms of medicines you were on, let me just read what you were on. So his first medication at age 7 was Clonidine.
1,
Then he was on Ritalin at age 8.
2,
Then 2 months later, he was on He was on Prozac at age 9. Sorry, 10x
3,
at 9.5.
4,
Adderall at age 11.
5,
Back on Clonidine at 11.
6,
Strattera at 11 and
7,
a half. Zoloft at 11 and a half.
8.
And then as well, later on, you were put on more Adderall, and then Topamax at age 12 and a half.
9,
Depakote at age 12 and a half.
10,
Risperdal at age 12 and a half.
11,
And then Buspirone at 13 and a half.
12,
Then at age 14, you were put on Abilify,
13.
which made you jittery and caused a weight gain. So I'm just curious as to what your opinions were on all these various drugs that you were put on.
Now, look, I'm not one here to vilify people's mental health, what they need to improve it. We're all different human beings. We all have different brain chemistry, and therefore we need
The
different
narcissist and the sociopath, who,
Look,
for Pete's sake, who.
but what would you think if you were to put 13 different medications into a child before 13? Would it be reasonable to say, therefore, that the snapshot of that child at 13 would be cemented in stone? Because they're no longer themselves. Everything is sort of locked in at that point, as per the neurochemistry that they've been fed. So he stopped at that point at 13. What else did he do later on with someone with the age of 13?
Well, and later he's going to go on to use alcohol on top of this,
Probably
and
smoked a bit of
who
weed.
knows, and all that's going to really fuck him up, just fuck his mind up
So
even more.
could it be that this man therefore was developed in a test tube? He was brought into this world. He was an absolute mess of a child. He was injected 13 different drugs by the age of 13. He stayed in the mindset of the 13-year-old, not able to develop. And therefore, he had a sexual attraction to 13-year-olds. Because even if you hear his own words, he had the mindset of a 13-year-old when he was 18 and older. Is this the true big pharma conspiracy? Is it not the COVID? Is it not the gay frogs? Is this the true thing going on? Has big pharma injected our children to keep them at an age later in life? Is this the question we need to be asking ourselves, gentlemen?
Maybe, because it seems like they really want the kids to worship black celebrities and black, you know, just just blackness.
Just blackness. You heard it here first. Blackness is our new pillar of worship. So we'll move on because we know about his worship of blackness, his worship of the pills. Now, I mentioned to you before, Daimor, that you said that you thought Surfer had himself lost a little bit of his edge. But need I remind you, gentlemen, of this revelation? And some people say, Surfer used to hijack the conversation and jump in. But I tell you what, he did make the PPP show. And it's exactly for moments like this.
Right? Okay, so that's all the stuff. So we're on the topic of drugs. So this will be a more fun discussion, I think, because I want to talk to you about the first time you took meth. We're gonna read this section.
Hold up. Jag it. If you smoke the Wellbutrin, if you smoke it, buddy, crush it up, put it on some tobacco in a pipe, and smoke it. And it will make you feel in your head like cocaine, but like way happier. Like it's like a really happy coke high. That Wellbutrin you got, give it a go. It's a real magic pill.
Yeah, Surfer has smoked Wellbutrin in the past, so
I smoked that shit. I'm riding my skateboard around town. I smoked it for a week straight. I've never seen it since, but give it a go, buddy.
Yeah, so we're in a happy, fun time.
You don't need any more pills if you follow that advice, Jagger.
So, gentlemen, I'm going to go quickly grab a beer, but please just tell us what you think about Surfer's medical advice.
Go ahead, Dino.
It makes a lot of sense. You probably shouldn't be smoking any sort of pills.
No, I don't think that it's probably the best course of action or suggestion. Kind of like when Godwinson told Gahul to just start doing hardcore drugs.
No, that was a good suggestion, though, because Gahul is just going to cry into a camera.
You just want him to die. You want him to overdose, die.
Well, if he's going to cry at this point, Gahul kind of owes his audience a suicide. He's been baiting it for so long, Gahul. He's been whining about it for so long. He sort of owes his audience a suicide, though.
It's true. It's true. He needs to seppuku himself. So, gentlemen, what have we said? Are we pro smoking Wellbutrin and riding your skateboard around town, or are we against it?
I just want to add that I'm joking, you. I don't want Gahul to kill himself, though. I don't want Gahul to blog about this later, though.
Yes, who it's a deep question for, honestly? That's a great question about smoking Wellbutrin and riding your skateboard. Person in chat, I know who knows this. My son, Bronx Beats. He knows. Bronx knows. So, we just got to find out. Whatever Bronx says is probably what it is.
Bronx, can you give us a yay or nay? Are we, I can't even see the chat at the moment.
Is my Discord kitten gonna speak? Where's my Discord kitten? Is she going to speak?
Your Discord
kitten?
kitten?
Being a shot. Yeah, she's not speaking.
We have a lady in chat. Okay, so again, there was the BQ. There was a question whether Bubbles or not was a lady, but that's been proved now. But we must move on. We must move on in the interest of time.
So I need my Discord kitten though.
Look, Damo, you've already got a wife, mate. Let's not go out here and be cheating, all right? Um, so we've looked into the mind of Chaggart. We've looked into his medical history. Now, his book on autism, what was it called? It was something like Bad Decisions, Good Stories. Does this sound like a good story to you, gentlemen?
Math.
Hell yeah.
Possessing meth.
Hell yeah. Because that would have affected my license. And also...
Sorry, what was that, Nicola?
It's the first book with emoji.
Yes, a world record in itself. The first book of emojis, because of course autistic people have trouble getting into or able to read people's emotions. So therefore, they need it spelt out like hieroglyphs as well. So we'll continue and we'll have a look into some of his stories here.
It's a lot more expensive too. It costs like $10,000 for a DUI.
Well, do you think you should have been driving if you were taking all that meth and that G? I don't think you should have been driving.
I wasn't driving.
You were before.
Not at the time. You were driving previously, weren't you? The story is there that you were driving whilst on meth and G.
Yeah, in a different city, on the other side of the country.
But regardless of whether it was, you were still endangering people's lives going out in that intoxicated state.
Mm-hmm. But I sat in the parking lot until I could sober up a little.
For 25 minutes.
On meth.
Oh yeah.
And G.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't see a problem with that?
I do, but thank God I didn't get caught for it.
You know, I guess there, man. I guess. Tell us the story of when you got arrested because of the fucking dogs. Your dad told you to walk the fucking dogs. You had 3 dogs.
So, gentlemen, apparently after all these cocktails, what we can do with our lives is instead of going to work, we can take meth, we can take G, whatever that is. I think it's one of those pharmaceutical-based things, and sit in our car and listen to pop music, wait 15 minutes for it to sober up, and then, Gowdy, the degenerate, has confirmed GHB. Yes, I've heard of that, actually. I think I've taken that before. And then drive our motor vehicle 15 minutes later. Gentlemen, do you think that's something that we should be promoting out there to our youth?
Well, as a narcissist and addicted to Xanax, I think that's a good idea.
Look, we've heard it here first. Yep.
I can't co-sign. Can't necessarily co-sign that, but what can I say? People are going to do what they're going to do.
Well, Nicola, you've lost your jacket here, mate, so I don't think there's going to be much stock put into your commentary. But look, I think we'll let chat make up their mind and determine whether or not it's good to listen to pop music while high on meth in your car and then proceed to drive the vehicle. So we're going to have a quick...
Euros, if you want to export it too, I can premiere it on my channel though if you want to.
Oh, see, you are not just a samurai, but you're also a mensch. So that is something that, if you're listening to this...
My brain finally caught up.
Phantom.
My brain caught up. What was happening?
Well, for those people listening after the fact, Merry Christmas to you. And I hope this gift is all that you wanted. So we're going to start hearing one of our favourite terms. We've already had a quick drinking game on every time a drug Chaggart is on was listed. But let's have a listen to another catchphrase.
I already said I do have remorse. I already said I do because she was my sister.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, Shaggy.
I already said that. You didn't hear what I said.
You said if it was any other woman but your sister, you would have been proud to have pepper sprayed a woman.
And I
Yeah, because she aggressed against me.
The quote was, you'd have enjoyed hearing the screams of their pain.
No, that was not the quote. You're misquoting. You're only giving the second half of it. Give the full quote. Give the full quote. Give the full quote. Give the full quote.
Their pain, Chaggart.
Give the full quote. Give the full quote.
Would you
That
revel
was
in
the
their
full
pain?
quote.
No, it wasn't. Give the full quote. Give
Would
the
you
sentence
revel in
before
their
that.
pain, Shagger?
Give the sentence before that.
As they're blinded
Give the
by the
sentence before
content
that.
spray.
Give the sentence before that.
Quote him
You tell us
accurately.
what the sentence was. What did you say?
No, he got the quote. He didn't give the sentence before that. Give the sentence before that.
The sentence before that, right? Okay. I would gleefully jump up and down, clapping my hands as I do so, hearing their screams of pain as I blind them with the content spray. That's the exact quote.
No, it's not. I never said jumping up and down or clapping my hands. Give the real quote. Give what I said before that.
You said if it wasn't my sister,
You would have been proud.
you would have been proud to do it.
If it wasn't my sister, and if she did what? What did I say?
If she provoked you. She didn't have to attack you with the quote.
No.
If she provoked you.
No.
What would she have to do then, Shagger?
That's not what I said.
break.
Give what I actually said. Don't misrepresent me.
He's starting to break.
What did you actually say then, Shagger? Come on.
You know it. You should have been listening. Why weren't you listening?
I was writing down you saying you wanted to feast on their pain.
So you selectively wrote down certain sentiments that you wanted to
the most
out of
shocking
context.
things that turned my stomach. Yeah.
So, again, this is the mind of a man who's on meth, who's on all these different medications. And again, apologies, I'm trying to get through these timestamps. I haven't given the full picture, but as we know, Chaggart pepper sprayed his younger sister. Pepper sprayed her. Or content spray, as the kids call it nowadays.
Straight in the face.
Straight into the face. Blinded her. Over some small thing. Now, he's not so much concerned about discussing the morality or whether it's deserved, or, he does show a slight remorse that the fact it was his sister, but not so much the fact that he pepper sprayed a young girl. Well, we already know what he likes to do with young girls. He's more concerned about being quoted accurately. So we're already starting to see the fracture, the schism in this man's thinking, this criminal thinking. And we've already gone through some of his rap sheet, but let's just have a listen to some of the other things that he's done.
What was the crime committed there, Shaggy?
When I did the bomb threat?
I
A
don't
bomb
know.
threat.
Yeah, you did
Or-
the bomb threat.
or are you
How was
talking
that
about-
a bomb threat?
Or are you talking about the quote-unquote hit and run, which wasn't a hit?
No,
or a run?
it was when
No,
it
we're on a
was when-
different crime now. We're on a different time.
It was when you were in protective custody and you were with the homosexuals and the pedophiles, and your parents felt that that was the safest place for you. And the quote, I think, is, we were concerned that he was spending all his time with pedophiles, but we felt it was the safest place for him. How did it feel to be in protective custody with the pedophiles and the homosexuals? And how was that relationship like? Did you get along with them? Did you fucking hate them? How did that
He was
go?
probably right at home.
Oh, it was fine. They were just they were kind of just regular guys. Not
The pedophiles. The pedophiles were just regular guys.
Regular guys like you and me and
Just regular,
Bobo.
God-fearing, community participating in men and women. Just regular guys.
people you would ever guess would be sex offenders or anything like that. I don't have much to say about that.
Yeah. But you got along well with the black guys in jail. Did you get along well with pedophiles and homosexuals as well?
Yeah. No, I mean, did I get along with? Sorry, I was answering the first part of your question.
Sorry.
They were just normal guys.
As long as
and
those
they were
black
that
guys
you would never
were
thought
gay,
would be
British,
sex
and
crimes.
loved pop music, I'm sure they got
They were
along really well.
pedophiles.
Like
They weren't
pop
regular
music,
guys.
probably smoking meth, sitting in their
They
car.
came off as regular guys.
Other than that, they had molested children.
Okay, so apparently just meet your local pedophile and they're just a normal, regular guy. Interesting. So we're
They
gonna...
just made a couple of wrong decisions, though.
Exactly. You know, we all make mistakes. We're all human. Some of us, you know, leave shit on the toilet seat for other people to wipe off. You know, some of us get schizophrenic, bipolar, frumpy woman from Canada pregnant, only to turn around 12 months later and say that she has a loose vagina, thus for putting yourself in jeopardy with the law. Some of us just, you know, accidentally fuck children. But they're normal guys. So we're going to move forward a little bit. There's a lot more quoting accurately going. The spiral continues. But just a quick little detour for brevity's sake. Daimo, in Japan, is there a phenomena like there is in the North America where degenerates will all get onto a van together, and they'll drink copious amounts of alcohol, drive around the country, pepper spray just normal people, get into confrontations, piss and shit and vomit all over said van? Is this a normal occurrence in Nippon?
No, but it is in Thailand.
Yes, I've heard the stories out of Pattaya. But apparently this is a normal thing in America. There's these IP2 people who go in these RVs. Now, Chagger wasn't invited along into one of these RV trips. Apparently under false pretenses. He had his own idea as what this would be like.
Right. You spent all of last year on an RV, didn't you? We're not going to name the person that's
2 weeks
in jail and in legal trouble. You spent 2 weeks. You bailed early, didn't you, Chagger?
It was like a weekend. It was like 3 days.
Now, why did you bail early, Chagger?
I bailed because it was...
You're like a real human instead of a skeleton man.
I bailed because it was not at all what was advertised. I thought that
machinist,
it would be a
milk drinking,
luxurious, like leisurely.
In an RV,
so just get that for a second. Anybody who's seen IP2 streams of these RV, have you looked at it and seen that is a luxurious and leisurely trip? Is that the words that come to mind for the IP2 RV trips?
No, to be honest, no.
There's nothing luxurious or leisurely about drinking Jaeger shots out of Only Use Me Blade's stinking belly button that's rotting flesh. There's nothing luxurious or leisurely about that.
Doesn't sound too top tier, to be honest.
There's nothing luxurious or leisurely about having your teeth spray painted in chrome and then putting that into a Jaeger shot and making some young Hispanic man drink it. There's nothing luxurious or leisurely about that.
I don't know. Maybe for like gay black guys that like pop music, maybe they like that type of thing.
I think you're right, Nicola. I think you're right. See, us over here in our penis colony, we're not exactly up on such fine things. You know, we have dirt floors. We beat our wife when they walk in on us streaming. It's different here. It's different. Now, there's a reason possibly why he thought that it could be luxurious and leisurely based on the excrement and bodily fluids that's shared. And this might be why.
Yeah, you said though that you're not a big fan of like toilet humor and piss and shit in this, but I read in your book that you used to piss out your college window off the balcony onto your neighbor's barbecue, and that you used to like piss in the windowsill at home. So how do you reconcile those two things? I just find that kind of...
I was choked on a nut and died live on stream.
I never did it as a joke. I just love.
It wouldn't be the first time someone's choked on a nut on stream.
You connect with nature in that moment, you know? Like, I'm not a very big outdoorsy guy, but in that moment, when I'm pissing outside, I am connecting with nature, you know? It's just so fun. You get to just not have to aim for the toilet bowl, you know? Just piss wherever you want. And it's also fun to piss through a screen. Have you ever pissed through a screen? It's pretty cool.
This is what I was about to ask you. Why don't you remove the screen when you take a piss?
I don't know what you said, dude.
Because it's really fun to piss. Because it's really cool to piss through a screen. It just goes right through.
But I don't know if it's before or after this whole thing, you know, like this interview they had, and then Bake had him was streaming in a car, and he like attacked Bake because they kept fucking with him.
That's in the next stream. Unfortunately, I haven't done as much homework and don't have exact timestamps, but we can pop into that stream. But just quickly, the man who doesn't like piss and shit humour, the man who thought that RV6 was a leisurely tour across America, he prefers pissing outdoors. And look, I like a good outdoor piss. I'm as much of a nature man like the rest of us. But his version of pissing outdoors is to crack your window open with a fly-wire screen and piss through it. Because apparently the fly-wire screen doesn't, diffuse or spray back any of that urine. It all goes outside. Gentlemen, is this man just very autistic, or am I about to have a meltdown in thinking, why the fuck would you piss out through your own fly wire to have piss splash back all over yourself, all onto your windowsill? Like, am I insane?
No, I don't think you are. Like, I think basically he did that so he could be a victim again. Because he's the victim of everything. So it wasn't his fault. It was actually the window or whatever's fault that he pissed on himself.
That could be it. It could be that he's institutionalized from all that time spent in the lockup with his gay British black cellmates. Maybe that's just normal behaviour in the pen. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you don't get your own toilet. You just have to piss outside a grate.
I mean, has this guy never heard of a piss corner?
Well,
piss in the corner.
Apparently,
let's work.
And that's a good segue, because if we continue on, listen to this.
I'm just curious, like, what the fuck? But then Blade pissing and shitting was too much for you. But you think that so basically...
Because I don't piss and shit indoors. I don't piss and shit indoors.
Because that would be too animalistic, wouldn't it, to actually use a toilet?
I meant indoors other than a toilet.
Well, you used to piss in the garage as well, right? Like in the corner of the garage?
Did I? Well, is the garage really indoors, or that's more outdoors?
So there you go, Damo. Apparently, the garage is technically outdoors. So he does have a piss corner, but it's outdoors, so it's fine.
Why would this guy write all of this down? Who do you think he is, me?
You should read his book, Daimo.
It's got emojis.
It is the first book with emojis, though. Not the last, though.
Now, we're coming home to the final stretch now, so we'll get through this, but this is when the full blow-ups start happening. This is when the mind of a Spurg, it's like a broken record, right? It will keep skipping and keep skipping.
Sure.
So we're going to start seeing it
since
happening.
then, you've been involved in this AF pack, haven't you? Now, there's a $10,000 ticket or something you have.
We agreed that we weren't going to talk about that. You remember?
Well, can you just tell everyone why you won't talk about the $10,000 ticket you have to AF pack?
I don't have that.
Now, we were told that you do. You have like some sort of membership. You've paid a substantial sum of money to go to AF pack.
No, and we agreed that we weren't going to talk about this. Move on.
Why is that off the table?
Move on. We already agreed beforehand what we were going to talk about.
But it's a political event you're attending.
Move on, or I'm leaving. Move on, or I'm leaving. You're not sticking to the agreement. You're not sticking to the agreement.
Well, why is it in contention to talk about AF pack and your?
We agree. Why did we agree on it?
Is it because it's a legal issue?
I want to know why it's in contention that we can't talk about AF pack.
It's a legal issue, right? Why we can't talk about it?
Why is it a legal issue, Chaggart? I don't understand.
Like, right? That's what it is.
We agreed that we would not talk about it. Are you...
Just for a second there, I didn't even see this. Look at his face just go into rotating wheel there, just for a second.
A substantial sum of money to go to AF pack.
No, and we agreed that we weren't going to talk about this. Move on, or
why is that off the table?
Move on. We already agreed beforehand what we were going to talk about.
But it's a political event you're attending.
Move on, or I'm leaving. Move on, or I'm leaving. You're not sticking to the agreement. You're not sticking to the agreement.
Well, why is it in contention to talk about AF pack and your?
We agree. Why did we agree on it?
Is it?
What? No,
Because it's a legal issue.
I want to know why it's in contention that we can't talk about AF.
6,
It's
1,000. Is that not just the blank death stare of an autist right there? Amazing, amazing. So he's already threatened to move on many times. For them to move on, or he's going to leave. Now, at this point, the boys' masks are starting to drop. They've gone out of David Attenborough documentarian mode. They've gone out of Cassie Newman interrogating Jordan Peterson mode. And they're sort of getting sick of his shit. And at this point, I don't blame him.
It was a lie question based on something I didn't say. Tell the truth about what I actually said about pepper spraying my own family.
Or else
what did I say?
Because you're not.
What did I say?
Stay on this call for as long.
What did I say?
I mean,
what did I say?
You keep threatening that you're going to leave, but you don't because you secretly enjoy the attention, don't you, Chad?
Because I want to stand up for the truth. Tell me what I actually
wants to stand up to the truth.
My sister.
Tell us about how you enjoy being the victim, because I've seen videos saying you love to be a victim, right?
Tell me.
You
tell
love being victimized.
Tell them what I actually said about pepper spraying my sister.
Just like the
tell them what I said about pepper spraying my sister.
Fighting against, right? Just like the SJW snowflakes you fight against, you're a fucking faggot. And you're a victim, and you love
he's talking to himself, though.
And you
say what I said. I'm a bitch. That's why I'm lying about what I said about pepper spraying my sister. Tell the truth.
Yeah, that's why you're a bitch. That's why you're a bitch, because you're lying.
But I'm not the one lying about what I said about pepper spraying my sister.
Your father contradicts your own testimony. Your father is a respected member of the business community. Why should he believe you, an unproductive leech with a criminal record over your own?
But you're lying about what I said. So tell me what I actually said.
No, but why did your father not justify your behavior if you're righteous? You were in the right to pepper spray.
It doesn't. What matters is you are misquoting me. You are misquoting me. So tell me what I actually said. And I'm not talking to you anyway. I'm talking to impartial moderator. I'm not talking to you, dude. I'm talking to the other guy.
Well, no one
okay, yeah. As the impartial moderator, I'm hearing you out here. What do you want to say, Shaggy?
Tell me, quote, what I actually said, and I know you know it. You heard it.
I couldn't give a fuck about what you're saying. I'm not even listening to you. You're a criminal. You're a waste of stuff.
If you don't care about what I'm saying, why are you lying about it?
Peon. You really are a waste of
If you don't care about what I'm saying, why are you lying about it?
I've got such a small opinion of you, Chagger. I mean, I had a somewhat higher opinion of you.
Then why are you lying about it?
I thought you were a victim by Bait to Lasker, a domestic terrorist. I thought you fell into all of these long and awful pitfalls, but it just seems that you yourself are a wronger. You yourself are absolutely a disgusting human being. You've shown no remorse for your actions. You're actually
why are you lying about what I said?
Why
are you lying about what I said?
Audaciously boasting about your crimes.
Tell the truth about what I said.
You are an awful person, Chad.
Why are you lying about what I said? Why are you lying about what I said?
Preach it, Brother Adam!
Why are you lying about what I said?
Oh, PPP going straight into Spurg preacher mode there. But look, I think we've spent enough time on this. I think we've seen the absolute unraveling, the mental break of a man who's hopped up on methamphetamine, prescription drugs, pop music, black testosterone, baked Alastair's semen. This is what we've got. This is the man of 2021. So again, I'd like to give a round of applause. Chat, give it up. And a round of Santa Claus. Give it up for the man of 2021. The Euros MC, tick of approval. The man that will save the white race. Chaggart, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Now, gentlemen, in the interest of brevity, because I don't think we need to spend too much more time on this 13-18 cretin, is there any other Kino moments that we would like to have a look at? Should we just go straight into the most tragic... Actually, I know what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. I know, because there's one man that sort of really got off lightly today. It is one man who really is the glue that binds the Kino community. He's an alpha male. Some would say a ralpha male. He's not impregnated not one, but two beautiful women on the internet. He owns the
Women of
A-logs.
color.
Women of color. He owns the A-logs. He owns your wife, Daima. I'm sorry, but your wife has erectile dysfunction now because of this man. And
My
this
wife
man,
doesn't have a penis, you fucking ingrato.
well, the problem is we don't know.
Wives don't have penises.
Well, she's refusing to go on camera for a proper weigh-in, so we don't know these things. All we've seen is her socked up feet.
Well, I mean, if she held the camera, her breasts would obscure everything, so it's shut up.
It's true. It's true. But I think we can all agree, despite the fact we have to watch a fucking Digibro video. God,
Hey guys,
have
it's Morty.
mercy on our soul. But this has to be one of the most... Oh, wait. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Has it been struck from the internet? Has it been taken off the internet? I'm seeing some other gaylords react to it, but we're the gaylords that's going to react today. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Gentlemen, I don't think we need much more of an interaction. Let's just get into this. We're going to quickly have a look at one of the best moments of 2021. Let me fuck up this stream a bit more. Let me get this over to the right screen, if I can do this. But before we do that...
5'1" now, bitch.
Yeah, say it to his face. Say it to his face. Just quickly, tell me how you got yourself familiarised with Ethan Ralph.
I saw Ethan Ralph on his famous show, The Kill Stream, because Jim would go on it, and I was a little baby boy, and I was like, I like Jim, and then he would go on the show, and I would watch it, and I'd be like, holy shit, this show is bad, and then I'd turn it off.
I would be hard pressed to name.
That's my story,
So, another reason why Jim is a curse on this earth is because people would not know who Ethan Ralph is if it wasn't for Jim. Is that a fair thing to say?
That's pretty true. It's true because my experience is pretty similar to Daimo's. I think I used to watch Jim, and maybe, he said he was going on the kill stream or something. I don't even remember. I'm getting Mandela affected because I don't know how I got brought to Ethan Ralph, but I'm just going to say it's Jim because it's just got to be.
And look, Bronx is in the chat saying the exact same thing. Oh my god,
there you
Jim.
go.
We're all raped by Jimothy.
Oh my god, Jim.
He's Dead Man's co-host. That's Jamie Bronx, my son.
Indeed. Go Pies, Bronx. Alright, I'm going to play this clip. Have I boomed this? Can you hear this? Can you see this?
You are 5'1".
Do I look 5'1", bitch? Because you minimized your application.
Yes, I know I'm
Sit
paused.
tight.
What does that mean? Why does this not work?
Bubbles hasn't been talking to me this whole time, and if I don't hear her depressed voice, I might fucking shit.
Bubbles, come on. Come have a chat with us. It's Christmas, Bubbles. We're a bunch of lonely, sad men here. Come have a chat with your
I might
sensei.
fucking shit myself, I'm having a goddamn attack right now.
Just quickly, can you hear or see this?
I can't see it,
You sorry?
No one's going to ask you. Bubbles. Just say something.
Are you on the moon?
Okay.
Sounded like you were transmitting through space.
Hey everybody.
Merry Christmas, Bubbles.
Oh yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Now, Bubbles, just quickly, before you tell us what you got for Christmas, because we're all very, very keen to hear. How did you first hear about Ethan Ralph?
Same as you guys.
Another one.
Why are you so sad, Bubbles?
I don't know.
Is it because the only people you speak to is the degenerates and deplorables in the Kino corner?
No, I always talk like this.
Okay. You haven't been on some of those pills that they loaded up Chacket with, have you?
No, no pills.
Okay, okay.
Maybe
Well,
that's why she's sad, though.
yeah, maybe. Bubbles, what did you get for Christmas?
Just regular stuff like socks and gloves.
Well, again, that's probably another reason for your sadness. That sounds like a
That's
pretty.
pretty fucking sad, though.
I mean, I don't really care.
What was your favorite thing, Goo?
The gloves?
Were they handmade, though?
Yes, I think so.
That's pretty cool.
In Italy.
Now, Bubbles, we need to get inside the mind of a female on the internet. Because our mensch that we're talking about, Ethan Ralph, he's had two females on the internet come under his charm. What's your thoughts on Ethan Ralph? Would he make a suitable partner?
No.
No.
It
Please.
doesn't matter. If you have a platform on the internet, you're gonna get girls.
You're not telling me it's because his stature? It's not his stature that picked up these girls?
I don't think it's true that he's 5'1".
It says on his arrest record.
Oh, his stature? You mean his status?
Bubbles and I are Ethan Ralph height truthers, Zoo.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
I'm also a short truther.
Okay. It's all coming out.
The shark's not the real, Lou.
Is it not his? Because you would have
Yeah.
seen his sex tape though. No, Bubbles. You know he's very well endowed man, and you know he knows how to satisfy a woman. Have you seen the sex tape?
I've seen it, but I blocked it out of my mind. I definitely don't remember seeing his penis.
Well, look, it's a nice penis. It's a nice penis. What about he looks like he treats his women really nicely because you've seen his interactions with Aid Zero, with Faith since they've broken up. He looks like a charmer though, doesn't he?
No, he looks like someone that has severe anger issues. And I feel sorry for those women. I know people hate them and they've made bad decisions, but they're stuck with him. I'm sure he's very cruel to them.
I think that's just the A-logs poisoning your mind, Bubbles. I think you spent too much time on the Kiwi farms. I think Ethan Ralph is a mensch. I think he's a Ralph male. I think these women have done nothing but try to destroy this man, and he stayed strong. He's had to go to Las Vegas in order to make sure he's present there for them and provide them with all the money they need with his winnings. He buys them beautiful $80 steaks on their plate. Like, I just don't know. Oh, there's a big disconnect here, Bubbles. I just don't know how you can't see the value in this man, Ethan Ralph.
I have a question for Bubbles, Zoo. Rudy Coleman, Minch, real girl, big penis man, accused you of being trans in a Discord kitten. What do you have to say to these allegations, Zoo?
Well, I don't even really know what a Discord kitten is. And I'm not trans. But that being said, I don't give a fuck what Rudy Coleman thinks and says.
Have you seen Rudy Coleman's penis, Bubbles?
No.
Well, it actually looks incredibly small inside that cage. I can't believe that he has a big hog with, from what I've seen. So, do with that what you will.
Would you like to, Bubbles? We can find it, though. It's everywhere.
Bubbles,
no.
It's printed out and all over my room.
You're being kind of anti-male, Bubbles. Kind of like Chaggett, he talks about, you can't be anti-male.
Yeah,
anti-male.
Are you the female equivalent of Chaggett? Do you think that there's a war between the masculine and the feminine?
I don't really know a lot about Chaggett, to be honest. That's why I was watching this.
And what do you think about him now that we've given you a bit of a dive into the man's psyche?
Well, he's a crackhead, I guess.
Okay.
He's a test tube baby, grown in a lab.
Have you heard about
Right.
some of the experiments going on in China right now, Bubbles, where they're trying to create their own super soldiers? Do you think there's much longevity in the United States if this is the soldiers that they're cultivating over there? Autistic men
What do you
who
mean
have sex with
cultivating?
13-year-old children. Do you think you're going to be able to fight China in the super soldier battle?
I don't really know what you're talking about, but no, we can't fight China. We've already won, essentially.
Okay.
Bubbles, what was your favorite Kino moment of 2021 TM?
I don't know. I guess I liked it when PPP did the snake diet and lost a bunch of weight. That was just a moment, and of course he gained it all back. That was
Yes.
nice
From
to
the Tim
see.
Hortons, went to Tim Hortons and gave it all that.
Yeah. So the breakup of Surfer and PPP. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, we
It
definitely
is the
will get
greatest
into that.
moment, though.
We will get into that. I think that's where we'll finish up. But for now, it's been beautiful, Bubbles. Please stay on the call if you wish. We're going to get into this fight. The fight of Ethan Ralph, the Ralphamale versus the Transom family. Now, just let me know if you can see and hear this.
5'1", bitch. You are 5'1". Do I look 5'1", bitch?
You see it.
You see it? Could you hear
I
it?
can't see it, too.
You can't
I
see
got
it.
nothing, though.
Oh my god. Why?
And I think this happened when like Godzilla versus Kong was coming out, so it was like,
Oh my god.
you know.
Alright, let's try that one. Let's see
And
if
I
this
could be
works.
wrong. Could be wrong.
Is that working?
It says it's
Pause,
Kong.
dude.
I know I'm paused. I'm just saying, can you hear it and see it? Oh,
No.
okay. So we might have another E-celeb in our mix. We might just have one.
Is it JMK? JMK.
JMK! JMK!
JMK. Come on.
It could be. It could be the People's Champ. Oh, I'm sad. This is the first time we've got to talk about my hero, my JMK, who's no longer on the internet. It's sad. It's sad. He's the best man. But we could have someone joining us, hopefully. Now, in the meantime, I gotta keep trying to work out what the fuck. Okay, that looks better. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay.
You're
Well, we
probably
don't really
wondering
want to
how I
hear
got
this because these
myself in
guys are a
this
bunch of
situation.
F-slurs.
Riley kind
this-
of looks like...
6 months ago,
You know Baby Grinch from the Grinch movie? Riley kind of looks like a baby Grinch. And I don't like that, dude.
I have no idea.
WCW.
I have no idea who half these people are, to be honest. But
That's a Ralph.
well,
He's overweight, too.
we know our
Everyone's
Madge, but these
That's
Rileys
too.
and these fucking Digibros and these look at that though. Let's just go back on that quickly. What's the jiggle? What's the jiggle? This is beautiful. Little bit thing. Look at it. Look at it. Look
That's
at
an
it.
autistic woman, though.
Yes. So that's the one that Dick Masterson got her to leave her wife for a druggie. So that's nice. There's her milkers just flopping out now. That's nice. But let's just go forward because I want to get to the point where the confrontation has. I don't not really care about Digibro's effeminate narration, but there's some absolute amazing engagement here. So let's have a listen.
This matters involving Dick Masterson, knowing full well that he's being filmed.
Why don't you ask your boss about the deal? Why don't you ask about the deal I just made him? Don't worry about it.
Okay. Dork.
You don't think that's true?
You're just a dork.
He equates our moving into
hard
Winnebago
hitting.
next month as being homeless.
You're about to be homeless.
Okay.
Fake
dork.
laughed? Okay.
Homeless, fucking go around the country like a fucking pauper.
Riley responds by calling him a dork a few times, and then both of the insane people outside start demanding that he come deride them at a closer distance.
You're such a dork. Cry more.
Dork, come tell me I'm a dork. Get out here, bitch.
Ooh, I'm gonna taunt you.
Dork. Man, you won't step foot on this concrete.
I'm just filming you so you don't hurt something.
Step foot right here.
I won't.
On this public concrete. No, you won't.
Correct.
Riley flatly refuses and
Everyone in
reminds
this
Ralph that
exchange is
were they
super
to go
sober,
blows,
though.
it would likely end poorly for the borderline legal midget in the yard.
Okay, you're 5'2".
Bitch, I ain't 5'2". Come tell me I'm 5'2".
You're literally
You
5'2".
know I ain't 5'2".
Okay, so at this point it's 5'2". Now, for the height truthers out there, what do we think his height really is?
I think he's like 5'6", 5'7", though.
Okay.
I agree with that. 5'6".
5'6". Okay. We've got a few bets. Niccolo, have you got a thought there?
I mean, no, I'm not really a height truther, you know. Like, would everybody have to be in on it, you know? It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to say he's 5'1", just to be the contrarian here.
Okay, Goldie Gadophilia actually reckons he's 4'8". We've got a low bar there. I think that's technically midget status. Look,
Have you guys seen the picture of Ralph standing next to Dick Masterson?
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna say. Dick
Yeah, he's
Masterson, and
almost
there's so many
as tall
photos.
as Dick Masterson. So is Dick Masterson 5'1"?
Look,
You got him, girlfriend, too.
we're gonna have to have a some sort of barometer. But look, if anybody is wondering about what we're talking about,
And Dick is 6'2", because he talks about it because he is Dick.
it's true. But can you see my screen if I just do? Oh, I'm probably gonna fuck.
Yes,
this
I
up.
see it. I see it, my dear friend, too.
What's going on there?
Holy shit, too.
But look at that now. We can see there's
Does that
at
look
least
like 5'1", bitch?
because who's this gimp? I have no idea who this gimp is, but he's effectively the same height as Ralph.
That's me.
Oh, okay, so that's you pre-Xanax then, most likely. But let's just have a
Yes,
look.
when I was 13.
When you were 13 writing blogs. But let's just have a look here. I'm just going to zoom in. Oh, sorry. Pardon me.
You zoomed in too far. Zoom out.
Now, if I zoom in, is that showing it? No. Okay, let's have a look. Are you zooming in? Can we see this now? Let's just have a look. Now, do they look like they're around about the same waistlines? They are. Why
are you measuring from their penises? Is that from a penis colony? Is that how you measure things?
That's how we do it here on our dirt floors. We mark a thing on the...
Is that like a meter? Is that how you measure from a meter?
That's the metric system. That's the metric system.
The metric penis?
Yes.
From the penis colony?
Right there. So you can see that? That's a 6'4" man's penis. But what's going on here? What's happening? I don't know. Look, I think we've put the trutherism to bed. I think we can safely say that he's at least 5'7", 5'8". But who knows?
Merry Christmas, guys!
Oh!
Merry Christmas,
there he is. Merry Christmas. Now, Surfer, before we get into the festivities, my friend, can you tell us, how tall is Ethan Ralph? We're having a debate here.
Well, you know, the police record says 5'1", which I think is pretty definitive. Like, I think they measure that to a T, you know? It's,
But the police also said there was a domestic terrorism episode on January the 6th. We can't trust the police.
Yeah, like, I mean, when they take you into that room, like, I've been into that room before where they're taking your fingerprints.
The police also said that PPP wasn't a threat to you.
No, it was when I was younger they took me into that room. They fingerprinted me and everything. It was for the crimes in my past. This was before I ever met PPP.
Well, his uncle does work for CSIS.
Your father was a bad man in his youth. son.
His uncle does work for CSIS, so there might be like they might have already had some wiretapping going on there, Surfer. They might have already done like a minority report situation and preeminated your inevitable interaction with him. That's a possibility.
Yeah. No, maybe. I always did sort of wonder that in the back of my mind. He'd tell me these stories about his CSIS uncle, and the fucking ops in the college. But I don't know.
Now, my friend, what did you get for Christmas? What was the presents that were flying?
Oh, I got some chocolates. I was just eating the chocolates there. I got some pajama pants. I got a sweater.
Yep. Okay. Did they get them extra large for your now muscular? What are you weighing in now? 205 pounds. What's the weigh in at the moment?
Well, the other day, Euros, I hit 203.8 at the peak of the day. But at the low of the day, I'm still only like 195, 196 realistically. So in that range, I probably average out about 200 pounds.
Well, look, if you get those chocolates, if you get the calories from the chocolates, if you get down and if you do some push-ups, mate, that's going straight to the shoulders, that's going straight to the biceps, it's going straight to the pecs. And then we'll be ready to fight for the race war. So it's good stuff. Now, we're just in the process now, Surfer. I don't know if you can see the screen. We've had all the boomer issues going on. We've reviewed Chaggart, the demon child in the Kinodrome. We're now just watching the fight
At some point, Cranberry Dave
between Ethan Ralph and the Transom family. Just quickly, you've watched a bit of UFC. Who do you think got the best of this fight? Who got out on top?
Well, I'd have to watch it back, and I'd have to title them person A, B, and C that are fighting against Ralph, and I could make a judgment. I haven't seen it for a little while, but we could watch it live.
Okay, can you see this on your screen at the moment? We've just got the YouTube up.
I'm gonna be contrarian. I think Ethan Ralph, fought two people in one. Really, he's still standing.
He actually fought three. He fought three.
It's not like they kicked him on the ground, dude. Like they just pushed him out, dude.
They couldn't put him down.
Bruised. He could have kept going, dude.
Yeah, he couldn't. He was laughing like the Joker, spitting blood in their face. They had to throw both a man who's just the same height, and that's the funniest thing about this Riley fucking retard. He's the same height as Ralph. You can see they're the same height, and he's out here giving him shit about his height, which is funny. So it's gun on gun. Then he gets his autistic retarded girlfriends come in and throw some punches. And then the guy who's having sex with the tranny comes in and lays some punches as well. So the Ralph and Mal fought 3v1.
Did we fight like two women though? Was it like two women and a man, or like two?
It was two men and a woman though. Two men and a woman though.
Technically a woman, or
it was a real woman and two men though.
All right. Well, okay.
Or if you do not count autistic women as women though.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know. So here we see the Ralph and Mal approach up, and he's got right in the face here. No back down, no fear. He's the Joker.
Courage.
He's gone Joker mode. He's got right up into his face, and the sucker punch. Look at that. Look at that. A man always engages on equal terms if he's sure of himself. But look at this. And Bronx, we can see the chat. We'll be asking Surfer shortly your question. But we're just taking this. Absolute sucker punch here. But look, Ralph took it like a mensch. Straight into it. And look, popped with the jab.
Comes back.
Popped with the jab. Now, that punch there by Riley almost hit that beautiful snout. But look, Ralph's ready to go.
That's a thoroughbred horse, too. Those cost thousands of dollars, though.
Exactly. Priceless.
And they're delicate, too.
And look,
delicate
he's come
horses,
in, he's getting a range, he's finding the range. Riley hasn't connected there. He's got him into a tie grapple. And look, punch. Bit of a hair, but that's all right. All's fair in love and war. And look at the gunts. The gunts are now colliding. But Riley hasn't...
He's hitting him with the slap.
All Riley's done at this point is gunt slap. Look, let's go back. He's got the one sucker punch. Even this is like WWF. This is like when Taz would come out and hit someone before the bell's gone, after he's eaten the T-bone, 3 T-bones.
Wait, is that the shadow of a selfie sticker?
It is, and that's cringe in itself. So Riley's got one punch in. That's missed. Ralph's already popped him with a jab, so it's one punch each. That's missed. He's got nothing here. And look, Ralph, bang, bang. So Ralph's already laid at least 3 shots on him. The gunt just slapped, so we'll count that as a body shot to Riley. That's missed. No punch there. And now, bang, here comes the retard bitch over the top while he's in the clinch. Ralph's just standing there.
Punching Riley. Punching Riley.
Well, in all fairness, again, you can't really tell the difference between these two behemoths. But look, Ralph's just said like a mensch, just taking it and spits in her face. Like, I love that. Fuck you, bitch.
Hit them with the acid spit like that style.
Points for style.
Yes. Gone full Joker mode here. Just spitting it in her face. Now, at this point, Ralph's winning. It's very clear he's won.
You know, you might be right. I think he has an advantage because when they punch at him, they almost got to reach over the gunt, you know, where he can just slam them with the gun.
It creates good separation. It creates good distance. It's like Francis and Ngannou, right? You got to keep your distance there, and they don't want to get too close to the gun. So it's all stopped now. The Transcends, they really lack the stamina here to go with the Ralph Battle. He's taken on 2 already. And bang! Now, people say this is cheap. Right? But Riley had already sucker punched Ralph. So that's fair. That's 1-1. And this little fucking twiggy alien creature here, fucking pegging
Still fails to take him out, dude. Still fails.
They can't. It's like King Leonidas at the gates of Thermopylae. He can't be stopped. He's not
that cold. It's not Thermopylae.
Yeah. Instead of the Spartan kick, he has the Spartan gun.
Madness! This is Gunt! And look, he's ripped this fucking trans shirt off, so that's a win. This bitch has got sore hands. That's a win. Old mate's hands
are... with the ripped shirt was just seething, too.
They all have opiate addictions now.
So look, I'm going to leave it to the chat now. I'm going to go and grab another beer because it's 11 a.m. and that's prime Rambot drinking, bashing your wife abo hours. I want you all to come up and let me know who won this, the Ralph Amal or the Transcends?
I'm going to say Ralph did because the Transcends acted like a bunch of black people jumping, sucker punching.
Oh, Ralph. Let's all pick him up.
It'd probably take all of us to pick him up.
We'll carry him around, though. It'll be beautiful.
Like a Caesar? Carry him around like Caesar? Feed him great? Oh, I'm not going to feed him great.
You gotta make your hand flat or I'll bite your fingers, though.
Like,
you know, I think Ralph did actually win it, but you know, it's funnier to laugh at Ralph for it because no one knows who any of these other people are. You know.
Yeah, like I didn't even put that thing on the street. Riley, I guess that's Riley.
Alrighty, I'm back. So we've gone to the judges' scorecards. How have we scored this, everyone?
I scored it for Ralph.
Ralph, no.
Surfer? Is Surfer there? Has he gone?
Surfer's being a
Yeah,
gunt
I'm
a
gonna give
longer.
it a 28-27 for Ralph.
Yep, because there was 3 rounds. We saw that. Look, it's unanimous.
Yeah.
And the winner by gunt out is Ethan, the mensch, the Ralph-a-male. Ralph. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Best fighter of the year, Ethan Ralph. Well done.
You did it too.
Yeah.
Now, Surfer, we've had an important question from everybody's favourite DJ, not DJ Axel, but the one and only Bronx Beats. So, Surfer, the reason we've gathered here today is to discuss our favourite Kino moments of the year. What would you say is your favourite Kino moment?
Oh fuck! I'd have to recollect. Maybe a boy and his dog from my son there the other day. You know, I got a real kick out of that. Too bad that one's still down. I don't know. I have to see what what's in contention. But here, hold on. Let me take my pants off. I was eating turkey and I broke the button on my pants.
Oh no!
I think
now they're falling down and they're bothering me because I have to.
I feel like this stream's about to get awkward, though.
I think this might be my favourite Kino moment. All of a sudden, if Surfer's got to get his pants off.
We're gonna watch this and Surfer's gonna take his dick out, too.
well, I won't go on camera so I can get my wiener out on my lonesome here.
It's okay, Surfer. My penis has been out the entire time, though.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that we all had our penises inside our pants. Fuck, I missed out. Alright, so, Surfer, we've already had a quick chat about our favourite moments. There's been plenty. There's obviously been the 13-18 Chaggart stuff. There's been the descent of Ethan Ralph into absolute madness to the point where Kiwi Farms doesn't even need to do anything. We don't need to do anything. He's just unravelling himself. There's been a lot going on with Nick Fuentes, a lot going on with Baked Alaska. They've been great moments. But Surfer, around the grounds, unanimously, it appears, and it must be said that Kino is not always happiness. It can be sadness as well. But the breakup of the power couple in the Kino community, it didn't just create echoes heard through the Kino sphere. We've got a product. We've got a product of the Kino right here in the Daimel. We've had Rudy, the femboy, cock in a cage, the Grinch, Coleman come out of it. There's been all this ripple effects that have gone on. Surfer, now that we've had a few months removed from the infamous breakup, have you wished PPP a Merry Christmas?
Yeah, you know, actually, right before I came on the stream, after I messaged you, I wished him a Merry Christmas. I meant to earlier in the day, but I was up all night finishing my Christmas shopping. I didn't finish my Christmas shopping until about 5 a.m. this morning. And then I had to sleep. I was sleeping most of the afternoon.
What did you get PPP for Christmas, though?
You know, I didn't get him anything. I just sent him a message. I told him to make sure his fridge is closed.
That was giving me the shits too, admittedly. Surfer, if PPP came back to you now, and I know that you've set out your terms that he must repent, but say for instance, you know, because us men, we're not always great at apologising to each other. But if he comes back and he says he misses you, and he would like to move back in, and he promises no more threats of violence, would it happen? Would you welcome him back in? Would you still continue to clean the poop off the toilet seat? Will you cook this man dinner every night and look after his every need? Would you accept the man back in?
Well, if he started off by saying he misses me, you know, that might raise a bit of suspicion. You know, it's...
Well, I don't know. 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 I don't know
Yeah, I don't know if that's how I'd want him to start it off. That might put up a couple red flags.
Well, let's say it's in the most platonic way whatsoever, not in the Josh Moon insinuation homoerotic way. Would you accept the man back in? You know, you've been reading a lot of the Bible, Surfer. Do you remember the story of the prodigal son?
Sorta.
The prodigal gun, you know, he went away, he disappointed his father, he made all the mistakes, like having the Squire of Gothos take over his stream, and he comes back, and instead of admonishing him, instead of telling him he's disappointing, the father welcomes back the prodigal gun with open arms.
He cooks the calf, the finest calf.
Would you?
No, I'd like to have him by, but I don't think it would be a good idea for him to move back in. There isn't enough space for the two of us in this apartment. You know, but I mean, if it came down to it, like if he was on the run from the fucking Canadian Mounties or like his CSIS uncle or whatever the case is, you know, I'd harbor him. I would let him back in if he needed it, you know, but not just because he misses me.
Well, look, that's about as good a concession as I think we could all hope for. And I can't think I can speak for all of the community at large, but I tell you what would be the greatest Christmas present for me, and it would be another cooking with Surfer, with yourself, with Ashton Joel Parks, as we all know his name to be now. If you could repair it, even if you know he doesn't have to move back in, he can get an apartment up the road, in Petersburg or whatever I've just doxed you at. But you know, life is too short, Surfer. Life is too short to hold a grudge. Sorry, what was that?
My son learned that one from me. The Chad self-docs. You know That's how we do it.
That is true. That is true.
I have a question, Surfer.
What's that?
You're in a room with PPP. In a room with PPP and Owen Benjamin, though. You have to kill one person, though. You have a gun with one bullet, though. Who do you shoot?
Hold on, it was PPP. Who else is in the room?
And Owen Benjamin, though.
Well, you know, that would really depend on the position that Owen would offer me in Barataria if I let him live.
What if he needs you to drink some bleach before you move in, though?
No, I choose PPP for sure. You know, I'd shoot Owen. You know, I don't know.
So there you go. That PPP ice fishing with Coach at the LZ.
Maybe that's why nobody's heard from PPP over the last 2 weeks. Maybe he's in transit right now in Ukraine. Maybe he's in there.
How about this one, though? All right, Surfer. Same scenario, but it's PPP and the Simp Show.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I'd certainly choose the Simp Show.
Shots fired, though.
Even though he sounds like Mo?
know.
We're still making a concession for him?
Have y'all got Coach's Mayhem Volume 333 yet?
No, not yet. I've already sent him over some Bitcoin, and I'm waiting for it in the mail. So, you know, Coach is very good at delivering on his promises, so it should be making its way over any time now.
Right. You won't see that for a while. You know, Coach's whole motto is fake it till you make it. He said it the other day. I don't know. Have you guys seen Coach's like 5-hour stream he just did where he laid out like his like manifesto as political leader?
Look, I'm gonna admit I've not seen one Coach stream, so please tell us. Give us the cliff notes.
Oh, I haven't watched it in full either. I was hoping you guys have, to be honest. That's why I asked it. So I saw like half an hour of it when I was on break at work. And Coach was laying out his if he became if he became the dictator of the United States, like what the economic policy would be, and the he laid it all out. Yeah, he's well thought out, it looked like. He had a PowerPoint presentation on how he would govern the United States.
Well, look, as Gaudi's just said in the chat, and it's very apropos of this segue, but don't be a hero, coach. Don't be a hero. Now,
Surfer, do you need a trigger warning, you?
yeah, I feel like we're gonna have to give you a moment for PTSD, quite possibly here, Surfer. But we are gonna make our way over to the number one voted Kino moment of the year. If I can work out this fucking thing properly.
You know what one you missed? You know what one you missed, Euros, that I would also nominate?
Come on.
It would be when we started off that fucking Mike Enoch stream with the fucking Steely Dan song, and it starts off. PPP's got the OK Boomer thumbnail with Mike doing his Roman salute, and it says OK Boomer, and it just starts out and it goes, way back in 67.
Yes. Yes. Because the best things in this world is started off by Steely Dan, no doubt.
Yeah, I fucking got a kick out of that. I thought that was so funny,
Vito?
I was listening to that before we started that stream. I probably listened to that song 10 times in a row, and every time I laughed, that was one of the Kino moments for me.
Well, that could have been what drove PPP mad. All that Steely Dan, all that African tribal music you were listening to. It might have been what finally pushed him off the edge, mate. Now,
does PPP call Rakim African tribal music? I know you like Rakim.
No, it wasn't Rakim. It was I do like Rakim. I don't know a lot of Rakim, to be honest. It was Don Cherry. Have you ever heard Don Cherry?
I haven't, though.
It's fucking Don Cherry, and it's sort of unique. It's good stuff. It's relaxing. It's nice background music.
Euros, can you play that just a little bit of Don Cherry so we can set the scene?
Okay.
Play the Eternal Now album. The Eternal Now album is the one.
I feel like it's necessary. If you can't, it's okay. But I just feel
like it's necessary. I've been struggling with this the whole time. I'm popping my Don Cherry in terms of running a stream. So, is there a song off the album there, Surfer? We should listen to?
Just play the top one. You'll know. Okay. You'll be able to tell what it is right off the start, son. It's it's fucking Kino music. I like the Don Cherry a lot.
Well, just a word of warning, because YouTube's very good at predicting what you're about to watch and then giving you an ad accordingly. I've just pulled it up, and we've got the Honourable Cornel West on screen. So,
does it mean to be a featherless, two-legged, linguistically conscious creature born between urine and feces?
You gotta use the Brave browser.
Oh,
so Zuck the Cock doesn't watch your data like a duck.
I'm sorry. I've already surrendered to Zuck and Susan and all our overlords. So look, let's get into it. We can hear this. We can see this.
Yeah, you can see that. Give this a listen. This is Kino music. PvP fucking hates it though. He just resents this album, but I love it.
It's very it reminds me some of esoteric PPEism, some of his work. Now, is this true? Has he left the internet? Can anybody confirm this? I heard this rumor the other day.
I've heard this as well. Did I kill esoteric PPEism?
Because that man.
The esoteric PPEism is like driving his wife to the airport like 20 hours a day. He's like this Chilean man, and he speaks erratically while he's driving his wife around to like the airport. Every time I've ever heard him speak, there's like no time in the day for him to do anything.
Well, he's got all the time to make what looks to be the best fucking anime of all time. So, Daimel, if you have caused him to capitulate and cause the ultimate Kino 2022 to evaporate, I don't know.
It was never coming out, dude. It was never. It was be real. It was never going to happen, dude. I'm sorry.
Was it the Wilshire Boulevard of anime? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Godwinson was going to come out today and release a video.
Yeah. Okay.
What other lies are you going to believe, dude?
Okay. Now, Surfer, I do enjoy some esoteric music, but as Bubbles has just said, turn off that quote-unquote music. So, now...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what Bubbles thinks.
You know, Surfer Lou? It could be...
Bubbles' opinion doesn't matter. It's fucking worth nothing.
Oh.
You know, Surfer Lou, it could be because of our share. I don't mind it, Surfer Lou. I can listen to this. I don't mind it.
No, it's good.
Well,
I can fall asleep to this. This is nice, dude.
I think we've definitely found the soundtrack of 2022. So I do appreciate that that heads up now, Surfer. So I haven't got an exact timestamp for this. I can barely operate my fucking computer at the moment. But let's get into the absolute end of Evangelion. That is.
And all
No,
of
it
this
really did.
gay shit. Vito actually
you know what the mistake I made was, though, in the whole fucking like breakup there and everything, was when Ethan Ralph reached out to me the next day. I should have actually told him I was gonna go on his show and then just fucking ghosted him.
Or, and I didn't know this, so that's some hot law. So I'm glad you've broke the exclusive here on the Euros MC.
You should have gone on the show and just said crazy shit.
Yeah,
you should have just pretended to be like batshit insane.
You should have gone on the show and told him about how you like to smoke Wellbutrin and ride your skateboard around town.
You're taking your dick out on the kill stream. Take your dick out on the kill stream, Surfer.
There's so much you could have done, Surfer.
The what? Sorry?
There's so much you could have done there. As Gaudi's just said, that's the lost Kino of the year. You could have gone onto the kill stream at the pinnacle of your stardom after this monumentous moment and gone there and either like paid out Ethan Ralph. You could have got Randbot on board and ask him about his dirt floors. There's so much you could have done there. Lost opportunity, mate.
Take your dick out. You're taking your dick
Yeah,
out.
otherwise, I just, my old sales coach told me my biggest flaw is I'm way too honest, so I decided not to fuck with Ralph, and I said I wouldn't go on his show. I asked him, I think, if I should use, Prism or, Streamlabs, and he told me to use Prism, so I decided to use Streamlabs, and I fired up my stream, and I made fun of his gunt, and went on, said something about not hitching my wagon to, the Gunty wagon or something like that, but I don't even remember, but I was way too honest about it. I should have, it was a big missed opportunity. I could have had a lot of fun with it, for sure.
You should have helicoptered Ethan Ralph.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't, I know we got our wieners out, son, but you shouldn't be doing helicopters on the internet.
Well, why'd you keep doing it, Surfer?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. It's a spur of the moment thing that I generally don't remember until I watch the stream back or someone tells me about it the next day.
Surfer, do you remember when you froze doing math? You were doing some math and you froze, doing the calculations in your head, and then PPP asked if you were okay. Remember that?
It does ring a bell, but I can't remember that off the top of my head.
Do you remember doing the math about the start of David?
I got too much tryptophan in my system. I'm just fucking my blood is pumping, it's coursing with tryptophan.
And don't forget the Wellbutrin.
I can't think that much.
Hey, Surfer, do you have a good memory? Would you say?
Sometimes. When I remember something, it's almost photographic that I remember it. But for instance, the stories about knocking doors. if something reminds me of a story knocking doors, I can remember it to a T. But if I was asked to think of a funny story when from knocking doors, I wouldn't be able to think of one off the top of my head. Specific things need to trigger my memory, and when specific things trigger memories, I can remember them very well.
Well, there you go. Look into the mind of Surfer, and an excellent segue into what is roughly about 13 minutes. If anybody has a better timestamp than what I've pulled up, let me know. But I roughly remember it sort of falling apart towards the end of the 4-hour mark. So let's pick it up from here. Surfer, if you suffer from
You know what I want? Hey, here's a little bit of lore actually before we start this. This stream, we had a disagreement over the title of the stream going into it. And I didn't think it should be a diddle, the Tale of Two Andes. I thought it should be called the Diddling of the Andes. That's what I thought. My vote is for the Diddling of the Andes. And PPP thought it should be Diddle, the Tale of Two Andes. What do you guys think about that? You think it should have been? You think we got it right? Or should it have been the Diddling of the Andes?
I kind of like the Diddling of the Andes.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah. I think that might have been the first crack in the damn wall right there when you proved to be a better linguist than PPP. I don't think he could handle it at that point, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I was adamant. I told him, buddy, you need to make it the Diddling of the Andes. It's like because it's supposed to be like diddled, like a tale of two Corys or whatever, with like Corey Haim. It's a reference to that.
Yes.
The one he chose. Like I've never seen that, so that joke's not as funny to me, right? But people in the Sphere, that might be a funnier title to them because of the reference to that. But I just think the diddling, like it's like the feltoning, the diddling of the Andes. It's like a fucking like the exorcism of Emily Rose, but it's the diddling of the Andes.
Well, speaking of such, we have actually got another request in the chat before we play this clip from Gowdy. Look, and we haven't gone over it in this stream, unfortunately, but one of my favourite Kino moments of the year, I called it Weekend at Spurgey's. But when Warski came to visit you guys, the Kino did floweth. I think that was like the peak of 2021 in terms of the enjoyment. The amount of content you guys put out that weekend was insane. Absolutely insane. So, do you have any untold lore? We did hear about PPP running through the house in just a small towel, screaming out your name, and we heard that was because he was chasing down some toilet paper. Is there any behind the scenes information about Warsi? What did he smell like? He looks so fucking greasy.
What did he taste like?
I don't know what he tasted like, but he sort of smells like a Barbary pirate. I think he's got like a phenotype from a Barbary pirate because his family's from Portugal.
It could be the Portuguese.
I think the Barbary pirates probably raped a lot of women along the Portugal and Spain.
Now,
like a musky? Would you say like a musk?
No, I don't know. I don't remember what Warski smells like. We had a lot of synergy when Warski is here, though. The only lore, and I couldn't tell you the story. You'd have to ask Warski to tell this story. He told me in PPP a story of the howitzers. When he used to do a lot of coke, the howitzer story. And it had to have been one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time. I was fucking roaring. But I couldn't tell you guys the howitzer story and really do it justice. If you're ever in Andy's chat, ask him to tell you about the howitzers. And he'll know exactly what you're talking about. It's got to be the fucking funniest story about the howitzers.
Well, look, that's going to require us to actually watch Warsi's stream, and I don't think any of us are going to endure that. And on that note, I think didn't they quit that stream and start a new stream or something and to distance themselves from Ralph? Or I haven't really been keeping up much.
Sorry, what was that question? Something about Ralph?
I think they might have like quit that show that they were doing, the in Twisted Mind or whatever, and I think they've started a new show now,
They
haven't
did.
they?
Yeah, Andy sort of had a spurg out about Odyssey because Odyssey wasn't promoting them as much as he thought, so they wanted to get off Odyssey and go back to YouTube, and I think that's what sort of sparked that.
Okay.
And the Twisted Mind show was like it didn't do terrible for Odyssey, but it never really took off in terms of viewers. They have a dedicated base. And if you watch like who's chatting in the like, it's a very dedicated base that would watch them and give them all these super chats. But I think Andy wanted the show to do a lot better. And there's value in brevity, right? When you do, they're pretty much doing the same show now, just under a different name.
That's what.
But because they're doing it just Friday night instead of 5 nights a week, I think it will do a little bit better. It just like it doesn't get stale as quick, right?
Yeah. Well, look, there's only so many times you can run a show where you're on the precipice of saying, and yeah. So, look, I think.
The problem to anyone else. To anyone other than like the dedicated audience that he talks to, like children, like when you watch them donate him money and he goes like, "Wow!" Like he's talking to like a class of kindergartners and he's like clapping and he goes, "No way!" You know, like it's just I don't know. It's sort of cringe to watch.
It's definitely a fall from his apex of the Warski Live days. I guess before we definitely get back into this clip, just quickly, straw poll amongst the chatters. Does anybody really believe he's going to move to Portugal? Does anybody really believe that? It seems like a massive cope to me. I've just got this feeling.
No.
No, I don't think.
He said, "No, go ahead."
I think Nicolo was just saying.
I got a bit of lore on that, but you guys go ahead. Give your take before I give the lore.
My take is there's nothing like a cause to get the pay piggies to pay up. So personally, I just think he's going, hey, I'm trying to raise all this money to go to Portugal. I'll start a new life there, blah, 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 blah. But I just think it's a way to keep those pay piggies in tow. That's my gut feeling.
Here's a question about money, Surfer. How much money was PPP getting in like donations? Do you have any sort of ballpark idea?
So hold on, sorry, I got another call there, I had to check. But Andy said to, when he was here, he said, Ashton asked him that question in particular. He said, it's bullshit, you're going to Portugal. And Andy swore up and down off camera to me and PvP that he was, in fact, going to Portugal. He just didn't want to tell us the time. And PvP asked him, he said, okay, so when, if you haven't gone there yet, we know it's bullshit. And he said the new year. He said if he's not there by the new year, then it's bullshit. He's not going. And you know, we're awful fucking close to the new year now. You know? So in the next week, we're going to really have a definitive answer on that, I think.
Failure said his sister owns a house there, so that's what I got told.
Wait. Is that ear juice?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
I didn't realize it was a stream, so sorry.
That's all right. Merry Christmas, Idris. We've already got a few Z celebs up in here. So, did you get much for your Christmas present, mate? Did you get any postcards from the hospice?
Yeah, that's it. No, I got 2 T-shirts. That's about it. I gave my nephew these like air compressed rocket things, and it was like the first present he got, and he started fucking crying because he had to open more presents and wanted to just play with the rockets.
Well, look,
I've never seen a kid fucking crying because he has more presents to open. It's like, what a spaz, eh?
Well, look,
you guys are interrupting my hard-hitting journalism, though.
So I got blinded by the stardom of our resident music maker. So and his tales of hospice. But please continue, Surfer.
I'm a hard-hitting journalist.
That's it. Well, I don't know. Failure said that Wolski's sister lived there, and that's why he was actually going to Portugal. It was just so he could live there or something. I don't know. It was some sort of thing about money.
Worski's got Worski does have a lot of family there in the Azores.
Yeah, something like that.
But look,
Suffer, do you know how much donations Pepe makes? Ballpark, how many pay piggies does he have, though?
Well, he makes like $20 a month from the that woman that puts her head in the toilet, and then whatever he's making for fucking anime reviews.
You have a ballpark idea?
I don't know. I wouldn't imagine. Like, I never asked him that question, to be honest. I imagine he probably makes, give or take.
So, for what was the name of that woman that had the head in the toilet again?
Oh, it's Mandy.
Mandy? Where do I know that name? Sounds familiar.
I think she was from. I think she was from a place called Hospice.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know how that law came together, right? So she didn't even know who fucking PvP was, but I did enjoy that in Gahul's video. I thought that was quite funny.
So, Idris, are we understanding correctly? Do you have PPP's sloppy seconds? Is that the law? Is that the law that's in concrete now?
I think that is the law. Yeah, I know it's not. I know it's 100% not true, but it is the law, and that's what's important.
It's not true. You know what? It's not true. It's not true. I bet it was you that had Mandy put her head in the toilet and send her photos and Pokemon games.
Pokemon, fuck, she hated Pokemon. Oh man, she thought anime was degen, Pokemon included.
Okay.
No, it was the Irish tranny. It wasn't Mandy that sent the Pokemon games. It was the Irish tranny that did that.
Okay.
Mandy just sent $20 a month and found the Cucked articles. And
well, I don't think there's any other Mandys out there. So, and she hated obese people for a very specific reason. So, I didn't actually know who PvP was, but yeah, I think it just has to be the same person. But.
Surfer Luke, can you tell me about the e-girl zoo and which one's your favorite, though?
Well, I don't really have any favorites of e-girls. I think e-girl menace needs to be vanquished. I think there's, ever since Slanesh has been vanquished to the bottom or relegated to the bottom of the pit, there's just remnants left. We have these e-girls like Bubbles and, I don't know, like maybe Morning After Headshots and e-girl, but she's all right.
No, she's a cat. That's a catfish, mate.
Headshots my favorite e-girl.
Morning After Headshots. That's a catfish.
She's not so bad.
EJ, so you've had experience now with the e-girl menace. What would you say? Yay, nay?
Oh yeah, no, don't date e-girls. I mean, I knew it was a stupid fucking decision when I did it, but my dick thought, I thought with my dick in that decision.
But it was online, juice. It wasn't your dick; it was your fingers. It wasn't your dick.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
In little dicks too.
Did you think
you're from a penis colony?
Maybe you were thinking with your e-dick, not your real dick.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good point.
Now,
I have to agree. I think I've been at least been purged of the ego menace because they passed away, but
that's one way to purge. Oh. Now, mate, did you hear the latest news that was dropped to us? We on the Euros MC Kino Kinky stream. We've been breaking all sorts of news. Did you hear that Cog and his girlfriend have broken up?
Have you heard I did hear that. Everyone's been... Yeah, I've received a few DMs about that.
Okay.
Poor old Cog. I mean, Cog's I feel bad for him because he's quite a sad person already, so... Because Because I think, like when I was having my battle with him and Suit and all that, I started realizing that I was becoming like those two fucking idiots. And my ego was sort of getting out of hand. And I was just like, dude, what the
there's a
fuck am
lot
I
there
doing?
for
I
you
do
to have
not
an
want to
ego
be like
about.
those faggots.
Like, I can see you got a lot of E fame, and you pull in a lot of viewers, and your songs go really well. So I can see why you had a massive ego. You had an e-girlfriend. Like, it's a lot to brag about.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't know if ego is the right thing. I think, ego as far as like putting yourself out there and trying to fucking banter with people with spurgs like Cog and shit. And it's just, it just gets to a point. It's like, dude, what am I doing? It's going around in circles.
Well, look, speaking of going around circles, I think Damo's correct. We're going to watch this video. Ear Juice, you probably came a bit late, but what this is it's the top Kino countdown. It's unanimous. The saddest moment, but the biggest moment of the year was what we're about to watch right now. If you're not seeing
like
the
the
video...
fucking Dingo's Got My Baby show.
Yeah, how do I watch it?
I have no fucking idea. I'm boomering my way through this, but apparently I'm streaming this into Discord.
Apologized today and said that he was wrong for snitching. Because Diddler Docs took him in his office and said...
Can we hear that?
No.
There was no audio coming through. Other guys, could you hear that?
I heard it.
Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it for sure. You just gotta watch the stream here, dude. You can't just be in the call, I think. You gotta click on watch stream or whatever.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna get it on. If anybody wants me to pause anything, just yell out.
This is bad for business, Vito. You need to apologize, Vito.
Fucking liar.
He needs to fucking apologize. So I'm gonna pull that up here. Vito, where he fucking apologizes like
I think we can actually probably go ahead a bit more, because I think he was sort of sitting down at the moment when it all blew up, Surfer.
We shouldn't have the same issues.
Oh, it's not just my computer, buddy.
Well, it was
actually your computer, buddy. You know, I think it's actually your computer.
So we can already see a bit of shade. So let's just pause it there. Let's just
fucking resent it.
Yeah, because let's.
Sounds like you are though.
We're both connected simultaneously. Look at.
So look at that face. You can already see PPP's not having a good time. He's starting to crack there. The Bell's palsy's really kicking in at the moment.
There we go.
Okay. Bit of an awkward silence there.
Did you make Shelby wear the shorts? No, Shelby never wore the shorts.
He looks facially like some sort of bird. I can't think of the bird, but you can see fucking images of it on the computer.
She used to just.
I'm thinking more of a blobfish, but either or.
You know, but fucking, she was never my girlfriend, right? I only made my girlfriends wear the shorts.
Are you thinking of a kookaburra?
Do you drink beer with 100% mathematical efficiency?
I don't think so, but maybe I'll try to find an image of the bird and I'll post it in chat.
I do, but
I just gotta tell Bronx Speaks that's fucking heresy when he says Snacks is fucking 10 out of 10, you know? That's how she gets her fucking talons in under the skin. You know, the leathery talons. And once the fucking talons are in, because they're leathery, it's hard to pull them out. You know, the leather's sort of rough. It's got a bit of fucking cohesion. There's a bit of tension. He's fucking.
Oh, what are you fucking?
I like how all these right-wing chat guys can't handle a woman on the internet. That's their biggest fear.
I've come down with the
issue is, like, women on the internet are fucking psychotic, right? Like it's very easy for a woman, as long as she's not a fucking fat sea creature from the bottom of the fucking ocean, to find a man IRL. You know, it's like women, especially women that are attractive, that can't find a man IRL because they're so fucking psychotic. You know, so they relegate themselves to the internet to manipulate fucking, you know, like people in the sphere, people like PPP on the internet are fucked. You want to stay right away from them. You know? You want to find a girl at church in real life.
Yeah, but I mean, you just ignore them. It's not a big deal, though.
You're right. You're 100% right about that.
You just have to be like a weird freak like ear juice.
Open the gate for no one to ever trust you. Shitting on people.
Now, at this point, Surfer, are you starting to detect a bit of energy or friction? Like, are you sensing any... Just pause it, yep.
Yeah, what were you going to say? Yeah, say what you're going to say. I'll tell you my point.
Are you starting to detect any friction? Is there... I know that you might have some soft Asperger's, so you might not be able to read human emotion that well, but are you starting to detect that he's getting frustrated with you at this point?
Well, I'm pretty drunk at this point, right? But I'm not. But watching it, you can like go back like 10 seconds with the fucking arrow or whatever. If you click the arrow on the keyboard, it will go back 5 seconds at a time. Okay. Go back
Can
again.
you just hold on a minute? Do you have roles in this Discord?
Rolls? As in, like,
Yes.
When you're a bit too fat and your stomach folds over itself kind of rolls, or...
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Look, no, I'm a boomer.
Why
This is the
have
first...
an e-girl be talking? The men are speaking.
Yeah, should your role be on mute, Bubbles, or what's the nature of your question?
There's people in the chat that can't see it and they think that it's a role issue.
I have just set up a Discord. I've just put a voice chat in there. The fact that some people can see it and other people can't probably comes down to user error. I am on the desktop, if that helps, but yeah, I don't know if it's a difference between the phone app or the desktop app.
I'm on desktop as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably on my PC.
On the phone.
Well, look, there will be a restream at a later point, and you can come back, Earjuice, and reminisce with us. So let's... Back to that point that Surf was making, you know, I think we can see a little bit of energy. I think his aura is...
You see how he lifts his neck? You see how he lifts his neck there?
Let's just do that again.
Fucking,
is that a tick?
Of anger. It's like...
Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Is that the tick? Yep, that one.
He's showing his lizard doolap.
Okay, interesting. So let's just go forward a bit.
And then he looks to the side. What it is, he's angry, but he doesn't want to give the outward appearance that he's angry. So, he's sort of self-conscious all of a sudden about his fucking, the position of his body. So he does that stretch and looks to the side. And when he looks to the side, there's some thought. He's like analyzing it in his mind real time.
They're both absolute snitches that way.
It's good. It's a good body language check.
But they're all friends with each other, so it is what it is. Now Vito's part of the club. Vito's in the crew because the diddler is taken over since he met up with Ralph in Vegas, and he's trying to get all the fucking capos in line, and it's just gay as fuck. And Andy's gonna sit here and cope about how he had to lay down for Vito. I know a lot of you guys didn't fucking hear that shit. But basically, Andy shut down when Vito exposed the truth about him. That
it's just a joke. I'm not a racist. I only say nigger and I only talk about the Jews because it's funny. I don't actually believe what I say.
Wow, Surfer, exposed.
It's just
I can't believe you don't believe that stuff.
It's like, look, this
pretty fucked up, Surfer.
Okay, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's hero.
Want any niggers or kites?
That's the whole point of the whole thing, that it's sort of immature and childish to just joke about, like you just use the word nigger and kite for a joke and, not have something you're trying to say, it's really low brow. That's the whole point of just pointing that out. You can see it rattles PPP. And the reason is PPP would tell me off camera that he finds the use of the word nigger unsavory.
Because there was something I detected from and I wasn't in the live chat at that point. I've obviously seen the replays of the pork chop stream. And PPP has sort of put up this aesthetic that he doesn't care about being flagged down, and if Susan deletes a channel, then he'll just create a new one and blah 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 blah. But in that pork chop string, you could see him like really getting upset that there was a few effing and jeffing, and you might have got it struck down. So was that just posturing? Was he really trying to build up an audience, and did he really self-censor in many respects?
I don't know. To be honest, I have zero recollection in my mind of the pork chop stream, and I haven't watched it back.
You got it. You got it. It's fucking Kino, bro.
I'm not the right guy to ask questions about that. But I mean, Adam was there too, right? So that might have had something to do with it.
Wait, well, we all know that Godwinson is actually a leftist, and who likes leftists at the end of the day? They all are fat Greeks.
Well, what was Godwinson like, and how was PPP like around Godwinson?
When Godwinson was here, like PPP and Godwinson, like off camera, like they're very similar people. They get along very well. They think very much alike. It was like the opposite, like when Godwinson was here, it was a lot of fun when Godwinson was here. And Godwinson was here for a long time. I fucking loved having him around too. But the connection between PvP and Godwinson was much closer than like me and Godwinson, right? But when Andy was here, it was the opposite, right? Like I got along with Andy very well. Sort of my degeneracy would come out and Andy's degeneracy would come out. It wasn't so like, I don't know, like Godwinson, because he's like aristocratic, right? Like they have like this verbose way of like talking to each other and like talking about like movies and stuff that went way over my head. There's like an intellectual aspect to it, whereas like me and Andy connected on just the fucking degeneracy, and it's
I genuinely detect
but
that.
Godwinson's a good guy. I like having him around, to be honest.
And I genuinely detect that. I think he really had a soft spot for you, Surfer. We were just looking at the Kino drone, where he was the impartial moderator sent from the Killstream Debate Commission, and when you chimed in with your amazing Wellbutrin story, you could just see him light up. He absolutely loved it. So I think in that case, the aristocrat definitely had a bit of fondness for his surf in that many respects.
Yeah. No, like he has the fondness for it, and that's why we get along. But like, I don't think he like relates to it, right? Whereas like, what I'm saying, like Andy would have related to it, and, like that's where the connection came from. Me and Andy related a lot more, and Ashton and Godwinson related a lot more. But we're all very fond of each other, hanging out.
Well, look, again, if the world collides and everything comes together, maybe one day we'll see yourself. We'll get Andy in there. We'll get PPP in there. We'll get Godwinson. Maybe Coach Kino will pop through. Maybe everybody just needs to go to Ukraine. Maybe that's where our worlds will...
That might be what we have to do, Ralph might have to flee the States here soon because of like his new felonies with the revenge porn or whatever. If we could get some sort of meetup with like me, PPP, Godwinson, Andy, Ralph, and like Kraut and Coach Redpill, if we did like an RV or something.
I'll go to Ukraine now. I'll go to Ukraine. Fuck it, Surfer. I'll be there. You have my accent.
No, you'd make a great addition, son. We'd have a lot of fun doing that. I think that would be one hell of a time.
I'll carry you on my back, girl.
Well, look, we're on the precipice of a nuclear anti-Kino winter. But if we all pray and we all think good thoughts, maybe we will have that happen one day. Hopefully.
Guys like quartering and stuff like this. And I made a video about Marvel's What If, where I was kind of satiring that sort of mentality. And about Saints Row also I made a video. I get real tired of these people that all they do all day is, did you hear about how the SJWs ruined this movie? Did you hear about how they ruined this? And they ruined that? Well, okay, man, if they've ruined it for you, they ruined it for you. Like, it's been like this
but
for
you can
a
tell you're
long
positive.
Fucking time.
You can tell by the tonality of his voice. At this point, he's sort of tired out. He's almost calling it in for rest of the show, and I'm still going because I'm drinking, right? I think he's getting sort of frustrated because of that, and that additionally, like I think the reason why it really all broke out was not just like the Louisiana succubus was telling him that I was just like a rambling schizophrenic and I was ruining his show and ruining his prospects of a future on the internet, and I was such a bad guy and I was so unfair to him. But not just that, but also the whole Kiwi Farms community was telling him the same thing. Now, I mean, in all fairness, I don't know that. I wasn't really like on Kiwi Farms. I didn't ever look at it at that time other than what he'd show me. But I know the like people like probably like Persip and Trelane and guys like that were telling him all that same shit. And he just, because so many different sources were telling him that same stuff at the same time, he sort of believed it, right? And I think that's why he like in the moment he sort of exploded at me about it.
I think Galdy's just made a good point in chat, and yeah, I only pop on Kiwi Farms just whenever there's a big Kino moment, just to see what everybody's saying. I'm not.
I only read Kiwi Farms to read about myself, though.
And your wife, of course.
Me too.
Yeah. But yeah, admittedly, Surfer, there was definitely, and Gaudy's right, there was a bit of a 50-50 split, it looked like, in many respects. Like, me personally, I think every comedy duo, they're kind of on the same wavelength, but then there's a yin and a yang, and that's what makes the comedy duo great. And I think there was times where you were just popping in and just a few chats here or there. But no, I enjoyed the two of you. I think you worked together well because I saw that comment where, you'd go off on your little schizo rants and then PPP would pull it back in. I think it was quite a good little partnership. And I think, sometimes people just get a bit salty and want too much and don't realize it's kind of like an entertainment thing that you're doing here.
Well, that's it. Like a certain level of conflict and a certain level of disagreement really adds to the entertainment and the chemistry, I think. And I think we did a good job at that. It's just a lot of people are telling them it was like that was serious, and it wasn't adding to the entertainment. But like that's what creates it, right? Like, and the it was retarded for him to listen to that. But like a lot when a lot of people are telling you the same thing, and so you start to take it seriously, I guess.
Well, as they say, pride comes before the fall, and we'll see the fall soon enough.
Keep being like that, no matter how much you bitch and moan and complain. You aren't changing fucking anything. It's so fucking annoying. It's one of the most annoying grifts there fucking is. And all they care about
Idris is leaving. See you later, Idris. Thanks for popping by.
I'll get
the Ouija board out and say hi to Mandy after this.
Right, buddy. So do you.
Merry Christmas here, Juice. Have a good one, buddy.
Love you, Idris.
I don't know, buddy.
So do I, buddy.
You do gamble.
You're wrong, buddy. I operate at 100% mathematical efficiency.
Okay, so let's stop it there. Because this has to be...
Obviously, I gamble with them. Like, obviously, I'm telling a joke right now when I say I don't gamble. When I gamble, it's with 100% mathematical efficiency. Like, I think I was on a losing streak at that point. And obviously, that's a joke, I'm trying to fucking... but he takes it serious, He thinks I'm, like, seriously saying this.
So he's starving himself. He's sober. He's losing his bets. And here you are telling him you're 100% mathematically efficient.
This man is a winner.
I always tell him in chat, do not bet on the Cowboys. Don't. They suck. And he would still bet on them and lose money.
Well, there you go. Listen to chat, PPP.
The fucking Cowboys.
Why the fuck you'd bet on Texas is beyond me.
When I gamble, buddy, it's at 100% mathematical efficiency.
But it's interesting.
the water
again because you can't let it go because you were faulted on the point previously, so you feel the need to bring it up again and again and again and derail the show.
See, like just there, like you're trying to tell him, I'm just having a joke, mate. Like for someone who,
it's about fun, dude. That's what it's all about, too.
And you can tell these people. Some of these people on the internet, they're all willing to have a laugh when it's about someone else, but as soon as it's about them, they get all butthurt, and they've lost the plot.
Yeah.
It's just a joke.
Well, I think I think you have to be able to laugh at yourself before you can laugh at anyone else. And if you can't laugh at yourself, you just look like an idiot when you're trying to laugh at everyone else. I think PvP understands that. It's just, emotions were high.
Yep, as I said, he's hungry, he's sober. A man does a weird thing.
I don't know, dude. Like,
buddy, it's not a big deal. It's all right.
It's just.
Sometimes you gotta menstruate,
buddy,
boys.
It's not hurting my feelings. Like, I know it's retarded what you're saying. Because you're derailing a show constantly.
No, but you listen to the tonality of his voice.
I don't know. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Chat, you think
oh,
press
fuck. I
one
missed the
if
guy.
it's
I do miss
derailing
the
the
guy.
show, or press 2 if it's
a lot of fun
content.
to have.
You tell
I don't know
us,
what to
chat.
tell you, man. You were
tell
just
us,
sitting. You're
one
just
or two.
sitting there, fucking screaming into a phone at a fucking speaker
bit of a
for
mix.
like an hour straight.
Oh, and what do you know, buddy? It's all twos.
I don't know about
What
that.
do you know, buddy? Like, we both scream into the phone, Like, you gotta have a certain level of tonality. Like, I think tonality is an important part of any show being entertainment. And we both scream into the phone.
Look at your little face there. You're so happy there. You're like a kid on Christmas. It's amazing.
What do you know?
Can I confess a sin now? Can you pause it too?
Go on.
Oh, when I made the video about Surfer where I called him a cult leader, right? And I combed through this video to find the one clip where Surfer looks dead serious too. And I fucking zoomed in on it too. And it was great too. I had to really look to find it.
Actually, here's my confession, Damo. Is that
moment?
Oh, sorry. Go on, Nicola. Go on.
Oh no, I was just asking Surfer, like in this clip right here, like at that moment, like what's he thinking? Like right there where he's smiling.
Oh, I don't remember what I was thinking. I was a few beers deep at that point. I was just having a fun time.
And admittedly, the first way that I stumbled across Daimor's channel was after this went down, and the first thing you're doing is like, I've got to find a react upon a react upon a react sort of thing. You want to really live it, right? And I typed in like Surfer and PPP or something, and the first video that came up was Surfer is a schizophrenic. So, after that I'm like, wait, who's this Japanese man? He looks like he has a bit of good commentary, and the rest is history. And then everybody, I guess Rudy Coleman kind of got his career kicked off from his 2-hour breakdown of this. I'm going to go on the record and label Rudy as one of the people, again, who takes the internet too seriously. He saw a little bit of fame off that. Well, he got his little bump off that. He got his little bump off that, and look where he's at now. Like, I understand he's got his boots around his neck and he's wearing his retarded headset, but he literally thinks that he's like some sort of Kino god now. And I don't even think it's kayfabe. I think he genuinely believes that he's bringing in the Kino. And all he does is sit there in his spastic UK/Canadian voice. I don't even know what it is. He's fucking playing Street Fighter. He's got his cock in a cage. He's ruining Christmas for everyone. And I just think, I just don't think he brings the Kino. I don't see it.
Rudy seems like a perfectly reasonable, stable individual to me.
Well, Rudy's got things to learn. I think Rudy will improve as time goes on, but he's got a bit to learn. But he does add to the sphere. Even if his content isn't necessarily top notch yet, it's not the utmost of Kino. I think he does add a personality to the sphere that the sphere wouldn't be complete without at this point.
He definitely does. He just needs to learn to have a little bit more fun on the internet. I think he's taking it a bit too seriously at the moment.
No, you're right about that for sure.
Are you finished,
buddy?
Are you finished, Surfer?
It's not a big deal, buddy. I'm over it.
Are you finished?
Okay.
Are you over it, buddy?
I don't know what to say, man. Like,
Okay,
It's just
unravel.
I love you, buddy. I love you, buddy. It's all right that you gamble 6-7 days a week. I
don't know, dude.
I was
Like,
on
you
a
just
good
wanna, like,
vibe with
press
it.
them,
Red
like,
his face
gambling,
is.
You gamble yourself. Like,
His face is so red, dude.
Don't take it so serious.
Well, you do.
Why?
Try and,
But
like,
if it didn't
seriously argue
explode
to me
from
about
here,
sports.
Yeah, that's the schizo. Is that the schizo look there? Is that what you were trying to find there?
Hey, might have been. I don't remember it. I had to find the crazy look.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Why so serious,
It's just
buddy?
embarrassing.
Scott Joker mode.
I love you, buddy. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
See, at this point, like, you're good friends.
PPP.
I was just about to say, at this point, you're good friends, right? And so, you know, I've got a group of mates, we blow up at each other. But at any moment, once you go, I love you, buddy, you know, whatever. That's when you can simmer it down. But you can just see, like, again, you're buzzing, you're having a good time on the beers. Bloody hangry old PPP right here. He's not having a good time. He's
going to eat you.
That's what he's thinking. He's just sizing you up to have a bit of snack on you.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, it's coming up the shot.
I'm kind of done with this segment.
So
I really
he's-
don't give
he's
a shit
done?
about Andy and his fucking coping. I don't give a fuck. I've been here for fucking 4 or 5 hours, listening to the ramblings
And that's
of a
it.
drunk.
And when he said that you're
and-
positive, when he said he was done, you know, we could have just finished the segment and kept going from there. But now he tries to make the jobs, right? Because he is sort of resentful of it at this point. And he does escalate it with the drunk, and I think he says something about my dick liquor or something like that.
That's coming
You
up.
know,
That's
he's
coming up. Yeah.
off the rails from there. But I miss the guy, you know. I would love to have him back around, but just like the reason why it wouldn't work out is there's not enough room for him in the apartment. The apartment doesn't have enough space. He really does need to have his own. You know,
Literally, when you're 450 pounds, I don't think you can fit in many apartments. So that's fair enough.
You know,
drunk.
Yeah.
Is it me or you?
It is you. You're
Are
drunk.
You sure, buddy?
You're drunk.
Am I the drunk, buddy?
Yeah, you are the drunk. And it's irritating, man. And I do 4 or 5 hours of this shit constantly, and I just let you give your fucking bullshit and spew it and run your dick liquor.
There it
but
is.
honestly get fucking tired of it sometimes, and I push back on it.
Okay, buddy. Well, I won't run my fucking quote unquote dick liquor. You know, next time I'll just stay out of the video. How about that, buddy? You think
Cash
you can
me
make the same
outside.
level of content without Surfer, buddy?
I don't know
I'll
what
just
to
stay
tell
out of
you,
it.
buddy. Like,
I'll just stay out of it. That's it. What do you think?
do what you want to do, man.
One, if you want me to stay out of it. You know?
Here's the shot where he looks
See
right,
what
I think that
fucking
he
Surfer
laughs.
makes the content.
Right
You know,
here.
Big Surfer
There it
brings
was.
the content.
That was the
I
shot
don't
that I
know,
remember
like,
now.
It is what it is, man. It
You're
is what it
insane,
is.
Surfer. That proves it.
Yeah, I'll just.
That 1 second
you
shot
take it
proved
very
it.
seriously. Well, I don't know, dude.
Well,
you
you know,
can
the
say
dick liquor
you can say all the
comment,
bullshit
it
you
hit
want,
me
but
in
when I
my
push
pride
back
a little
bit,
bit,
then
so
it
that's
gets
why
serious.
I
You're
said
like,
Did a
"Oh,
little
good
bit.
I
show."
did back and like in turn there. It just fucking devolved into chaos. But yeah,
I just don't understand why you have to keep derailing a show endlessly that I'm trying to get through. I'll
You
cut
ever
you off
licked
if
a
I
dick,
want.
Surfer?
And what
no,
would
I
you
never
do?
licked a dick. honestly.
Is that why it hurts you?
Well, you know, it's just one of those comments. You know, it's like it's a fighting word.
Dude, you're
I guess.
delusional.
I don't know.
See, Surfer, I must admit, I love you, buddy, but it was probably the alcohol talking there. I get you, but pride got the best of you in this moment.
For sure.
Definitely, pride got the best of you in this moment. Again,
100%.
nobody's bigger than the show. It was both of you. You were the Batman. You were the Robin to his Batman. You know, he. In all fairness to PPP, he put a lot of effort into these streams, and you could just rock up, and that was great. That's what made the dynamic great. You could rock up, have a laugh, have a chat, chime in. But yeah, he put in a lot of work into these streams, and I think you were like the icing and the cherry on top kind of thing. But yeah, if it ever does come back together, a bit of humility might go a long way, I think, from both of you. And look at me getting all serious now.
Yeah. Well, that was it, and I don't honestly believe that I brought the content. He was obviously the star of the show, and it was a synergy that was created, and the sum of the two parts was much greater than they would be individually. And is the reality of it. But, both where pride was flying. I thought the dick licker comment was a fighting word, so I let my pride get past me, and it escalated from there. Up until that point, I did let the pride get the best of me, but at that point, it did, it did sting a little bit. I was starting to fire back.
Look, we're all human. As long as you repent to God,
That's just fucking delusional.
He'll find
the
goodness in your
Okay,
heart.
buddy. Like, that's an ego talking. That's
No,
an
but I
ego talking
love
right
the guy,
there.
but
That's ego talking.
I imagine we haven't seen from him for a couple weeks because of Christmas and whatever. He's probably just taking a bit of time off for Christmas, but I can't wait to see his next stream. I miss having the guy around. I really do.
I think we all do.
Right there, buddy.
And not only that, but I take care of you.
Maybe he's with that moose that saved our Canadian children, Surfer.
Maybe what? Sorry, I missed that.
Maybe he's with that moose. Remember that moose that you covered that busted through the window in Canada?
Yeah.
And saved our kids? He's probably with that moose.
Well, actually, I got a picture hiding somewhere on my phone of PPP with a moose when we were knocking doors up in Wawa, Ontario. So maybe it was the same moose the whole time. It's his spirit animal. His spirit animal, the moose. It's majestic.
Now here we're about to embark on the peak Kino moment of 2021.
The man. And you're going to show me this level of disrespect on fucking camera?
Buddy, don't be a fucking hero. Buddy, don't be a fucking hero. Don't be a fucking man.
Fucking hero, buddy.
No, it is iconic. The way he looks back and he's got the double chin.
Look at the gun. Look at the this malformed blob. And just
this is a penguin in heat though.
So to give you context, so obviously I'm 12 hours ahead, right? So you guys are doing this streams at kind of like 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever. It's basically 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm an office job guy. I'm in finance, so the job I'm in now, I can't participate in the streams as much, but the previous job I was in, I had a lot of spare times when I'm doing a lot of data crunching. So I'd have this on one screen and my work on the other. So at this point, I was in the middle of something and couldn't really pay attention in the background to what was going on until I scrolled back. But I saw just out of the corner of my eye just chat go nuts in the pane. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And the rest is history, I guess. So right now, that's a postcard. If you do find where his shack is in the middle of the woods, get that on a postcard, mate. Say, I love you, buddy. Send it off to him, and I think we might make some magic happen.
Yeah, no, I'd love to get back together with the guy. Like, obviously not live together, but I'd love to smooth things over. And I think, realistically, like all this stuff that happened, like it just adds to it. More than takes anything away.
Yeah, as Gowdy said, bring PPP
Are you
home.
fucking being serious? What
See,
do you
like,
think's gonna happen?
At this point, man, I don't blame you. Like, with what happened in the past and everything, don't really need to dredge it out too much. He's a big dude right here. He's fucking staring you down. Like, I don't blame what happened after this, man. Like,
You're trying to fight me?
Well, he's literally like 2 times my weight.
What fucking world are you living in?
I love you, brother. The thing about it is, in the apartment, because it's so close quarters, like he can just fucking like gun me into a fucking corner, and I'm fucked. Like I can't escape.
I do agree. Maybe you out in the open field, you got a better fighting chance. But in a greasy Canadian apartment, I don't back you in, mate. Unfortunately, no matter how many push-ups you do.
I think it would be Kino if I did get up to like 240, 250, and he drops down to like 240 or 250. You know, we had some sort of like boxing match or MMA match, like at like 240, 250. You know, televised it. I think that would be fucking Kino. But it's, I don't really have a chance, you know, in the apartment like that.
We could have Kyler and Chicken Andy on the undercard, the Battle of the Skeletons. Like, there's a lot we could do with this. Look, I've seen Rambot. Rambot's fat as fuck. I'm going to put this out to Rambot. Meet me in Canada, in the US, in Knoxville, wherever it is. We're about the same weight. Well, you're fat. Your wife's fat. You're pretty fat, mate. Let's do it. Let's do a Kino Kill Crew MMA card. It's always been there. We could do it.
Fucking try to no, it'd be a lot of fun.
I think you're I think that's a good matchup. Daymore versus Gahul is a perfect matchup. You both got that beautiful Stay Puft Marshmallow Man bodies there. I could see you getting into a nice little scrap on the ground. I reckon it's good. I reckon we could do it. We could get Ralph versus Null. You know, we could have a stacked card here.
The Damo versus Gahul would have to be a wrestling match, though, you know? Like wrestling moves, like from the WWE.
Yes. No holds barred, I quit match, yeah.
Or, yeah, you know what's another one that would be good? Would be Rudy versus Mormon Shaggy.
Yes. Battle of the Twiggy Alien.
We give him bath salts.
I'll show each other's faces off. I invited Mormon Shaggy. I told him to come today. I don't know if Mormons celebrate Christmas, being that they think Jesus is a space alien. But, yeah, I wanted to come in, give him some cooking tips, see what he was up to.
Yeah. No, I do like Mormon Shaggy, you know. He's a bit of a character. He's sort of out there, but he's a bit of a character.
He's probably gone to the Asian massage parlor. So look, we've got 40 seconds left. Let's finish this bad boy off.
I'm sober. Calm down.
You want to know how much longer I'm going to take care of you and be your
Here we go.
father?
Are you
and
okay?
Literally direct you in life and pay
Surfer,
for
are
you to
you
live
okay?
and cook for you and clean up after you.
But what was this
Shit
about,
on the
Surfer?
toilet every
Do you really believe this, Sue?
Well, when he says, "Are you okay?" Like, obviously, neither one of us is okay at this point. We're both sort of fucking rattled. You know, it's I'm like drunk rattled, you know, and he's just fucking like hangry rattled. But no, like you know, like PvP taught me a lot of things, but I also taught him a lot of things, right? And that was like sort of how to take care of yourself in the household and like clean up the toilet after you take a dump, you know, sort of thing. But he taught me a lot more valuable lessons than that, like about the Bible and things like that, right? And he brought me to Christ, which is more important than anything I ever taught the guy.
Well, look, though, he brought you to Christ and you brought him to wiping his bum properly. So fair trade, in my opinion.
But you're saying that you're his daddy. That's a pretty bold claim to make.
Well, it is, but I mean, like, tensions are going off at this point, right? Like, that's not something that, like, I actually believe that, like, I'm his father, you know? It's, tensions are just going off at this point. And it's, we were both sort of, we were both a bit out of line all of a sudden.
All right.
every day.
Dude, you're
when
drunk.
you shit on the fucking toilet seat and I have to clean it up after you.
There it is. And see, like, the thing is, so you made that claim, right? If it was bullshit, if it was totally untrue, he would be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? But all he could muster was a nervous laugh. That is the face of a man who can't wipe his bum properly. Right there. The jowls, the chin, the pudgy hand that can't reach back all the way to get to his asshole. Like, it's right
You know what?
there.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate too. If Pepe cannot wipe his asshole, Then why is it so pink?
No, he can wipe his asshole. Like, before that
Exactly,
scene, I'm
though.
sure he had a shower. I'm sure he had a shower before he displayed the starfish, which is why it wasn't so brown. But it's not that he can't wipe it. It's just the guy takes a dump like 7 times a day, right? He has some sort of like metabolism issue where he eats and he's got to take a dump right after. And he eats so much, so it's like 7 times a day. And have you ever taken a dump like 3 or 4 times a day and like your asshole's raw and like it starts to bleed because when you wipe it clean? Like,
Yeah, that's called the day after Christmas, Surfer. I'm going through it right now, mate. I ate a lot of ham yesterday.
Yeah. So just imagine, off like 3, 4 dumps, it's like that. If you're taking 7 dumps a day, obviously you're going to slack a little bit on wiping your ass, which is where that comes from. But I said that thinking it was a win for me in the moment, and he just laughs because obviously that was a win for him. I just felt it myself. I put all the fucking chips in and just fucking... lost it all.
No. I can categorically say when it becomes... when it's between the cleaner and the cleanee is felted. I'm sorry. You're just keeping your household sanitary. He can't maintain the toilet seat he's just used. I think he's felted. Categorically. I don't know, chat.
I don't know. I think you both lose. I think, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you can, like, clean another man's poo-poo. Why not make him
Well, in all fairness, like, it wasn't like after he took a dump, I would go in and clean up after him. Like, it was when I took a dump, I would wipe the toilet seat down before I sat on it. Because I don't want to sit on a shitty toilet seat. Like, get another man's shit on my ass cheeks.
Why didn't you just make him do it? It's very
well, because once again, like, it was sort of a two-way street. The like in our living arrangement, where he taught me a lot of things, and helped me out in a lot of ways, and I thought it was I could help out my brother in return by helping him around the house with these things, right? but yeah, no, it's not the best job, having to wipe down the toilet seat before you take it.
Being a mom is hard.
You just spray it with a bit of Lysol and wipe it off, and it's fucking good,
Being a single mom is hard, though. It's the hardest job there is, though.
Clean up my shit, bitch.
Okay, buddy. Well, you can move out then. That's fine.
Okay.
And there it is.
What the fuck are you doing? You can't even shut off the screen, you fucking drunk.
And the final word. So look, ladies, gentlemen, or I should say lady, gentlemen, that was, albeit heartbreaking, that was the Kino moment of the year, voted by the Kino community. So I'd like to give a round of applause to Surfer and to PPP. Thank you for this Kino moment. It came at a massive cost, but round of applause, gentlemen.
Amazing, dude. Amazing.
Now we've missed quite a bit today. There's plenty of Kino moments that we've probably missed. Is there anything that I've overlooked? Anything from the chatters today that we haven't had a quick chat about?
Well, I don't know if you guys mentioned it earlier when you were talking about Chagget, but that image of Chagget we used where he transfigured into the reptile.
Can you see in the chat right now? Can you see the video thumbnail?
That's such a funny picture, like, it actually looks like a fucking reptilian, like in a one of those like 3-second clips you see of like George Bush or whatever, The eyes are fucking perfect.
It's great.
I think we need to shout out Mormon Shaggy's triumphant return, though. He needs to be mentioned, though. He set his car on fire, though.
Is there a clip we can quickly pull up, or
you can go to his channel, though. His car's on fire, though. Go to Mormon Shaggy.
Have you not seen that, Euros?
Sorry?
His car's on fire.
Have you not seen that, Euros? Have you not seen Mormon Shaggy?
This one? No! Wait, this is only 2.
Lost the car. It's in flames.
What the fuck?
Any clubman.
Yep, I lost the car. It's in flames.
I do have a truck.
So the first thing you thought was to go live?
How does that happen?
But,
How does that
this
unintentionally
car was on
happen?
its way out anyway.
I don't know.
Wasn't gonna be able to fix it.
What the fuck?
You know, the
Bro.
Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away.
Wait, what was that at the end?
I mean, that's like top 10 Kinos of the year.
But listen to this, listen.
You know, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away.
It's so good. It's like a perfect video. It's so fucking good.
We have a late entrance into into the Kino competition.
I just had to say something that could not be left out, dude. That was fucking amazing, that video.
Oh my god, I thought the best piece he produced this year was his story about the Asian massage parlors, but you know, he's gone and upped it. Fucking hell. And his cooking is amazing. That stream that Axel did the other day. Great stream, by the way. DJ Axel.
That was a good stream as well, yeah. I watched all of it, too. That was only part of, like, the end of it.
Yeah, and his ability to pull everybody in and have a good chat, that was very good. I think now we can do a quick awards, go around the table. I want to get from everybody. So we've had our top Kino moments of the year. I'd like to get the Kino MVP. So the person who took his or her game from 0 to 10. And I'd like to get the anti-Kino, the wooden spoon, who has not delivered the Kino this year. So we've got our Z celebs. You're going to have to remove yourself for now. Nicolo, as a fellow Anon chatter, can you give me a Kino MVP and an anti-Kino award?
A keto MVP.
So most improved Kino, MIK.
Most improved. Well, I really don't know right now. Can you come back to me? I know anti-keto.
Go with the anti-keto.
Anti-keto. Okay. Anti-keto, I'm going to have to say Surfer's Son, the Dymo. I'm sorry, dude. You won't even tell me who your Shogun is.
It's fucked, dude. Take his shoes. Take his shoes.
He's lost his jacket. He's lost his shoes.
Take his shoes.
Jacket, lost my shoes. Most improved. Fuck. I guess Surfer, because Surfer, not just because he's here. You know, I'm not kissing his ass, but he has gone from, you know, doing the streams with PPP, and now he does Bible streams, and he does his own Hebrew stuff. So, I mean, that's what I'll say, I guess. You know, really, okay, look, if I really want to say, like, I mean, I thought that the Squire was pretty Kino, but everybody hated him. But, you know, he's not really like a staple. You know, he just kind of came and then went. And so I guess I'll say not the Dymo. It was probably the Squire's anti-Kino.
Okay, yeah. Look, I have to agree that he's definitely up there. Look, we've got a submission from our favourite DJ in the chat. Biggest anti-Kino was Rudy's Actman video. Cringe, he says. Look, for mine, I think the most improved Kino, I think Axel definitely has taken his game to the next level. If you remember his first initial, like, before he face fagged the streams he was doing, logging people, they were good, but once he face fagged and really embraced the degenerate pedophile furry persona, which we don't even know if that's a persona. Let's be real. He could have fully method acted his way into being a pedophile furry. But Axel's streams they're pretty funny at the moment. Biggest anti-Kino for me. Whew, it's a hard one. I think Rudy the Grinch Coleman's definitely been up there for me, I must admit. I think Josh as well. Josh has been a real disappointment for me. I'm sorry to bag out your wife here, Daimo, but This is a guy, and I did a little thread about this, but this is a guy who basically, his whole persona on the internet is, I laugh at people who get mad on the internet. If you're a spurg on the internet and you're telling all this shit that nobody gives a shit, we're all here to have fun, you're a fucking idiot. But if you listen to his streams nowadays, they're not fun anymore. It's literally, oh, my coins got delayed. Oh, Joe Biden's ruined the world. Oh, this. And then he looks at a little fat woman for a bit, and then that's it. Like, gone are the deep dive, real Kino, like, let's just watch Kay's cooking. Let's just watch that fucking weird bitch on the scooter going around. Let's just, he did some really good streams, and it's been very disappointing to see his decline. So I guess that's going to be my anti-Kino of the year. Now, I'll pass it over to the Z celebs. Look, obviously, you're going to have a bit of a bias here, but you're anti-Kino and you're most improved Kino. Let's go with you first, Surfer.
I'd have to give anti-Kino to Persip, for leading Rudy away from his path of repentance. His tireless attempts to get Rudy to embrace femboyism again, And, Persip likes bigger men, I don't even know why he's trying to do this to Rudy, but it really lets me down when he tries to get Rudy to re-embrace homosexuality. Now, most improved Kino, I'd have to concur. I'd have to give it to Bagel Goose Monkey Business. I have also been enjoying his streams lately. I think he's a very funny guy. Now, if the allegations are more than jokes, that's pretty fucked up. And he needs to do some serious repentance, even more so than Rudy. But I honestly think it's all a joke. I don't think it. I think he just sort of embraced that. Godwinson and PPP called him a sexual degenerate in the first place, right when he came into the sphere, and I think he's just sort of taken it on. And he's a really funny guy. I do enjoy his streams.
I have to agree. And we've got a few other submissions before I pass it over to our sensei. We've got Gowdy saying the biggest Kino, he really enjoyed the Chagat arc and the Baked Alaska and Sammy saga. Now, I actually had that initially, Gowdy, but that, believe it or not, it's been a long year, but it hasn't been that long, because that arc, I believe, was August last year. But
really?
Time flies in the Kino sphere, but I could be wrong, but when I was doing a little bit of cursory research, I think it was from last year. But that Sammy arc, that was great. And PvP and service coverage on that was great. Bronx has come in and say, yep, Janny Juice is definitely on the anti-Kino. Galdy's come back and said, Warski's E-career is pretty anti-Kino. And again, Gowdy, I think you're pretty right there, mate. I think there's a big difference between Tardsky at the Canadian weekend at Spurgies and his main career and the peaks, but his valleys of him and just fucking spastic Kyler vaping on some of those streams, there's just a bit of a drought there for mine, unfortunately. Bronx has also said
he's talking about blowing his audience and how much he likes his Avril Lavigne album.
Okay. Guess he's gone full Portuguese then. So Bronx has come in and said the biggest anti-Kino, also Racket's getting his 70,000 live viewers. Now, this is the internet, right? If you're providing the cattle fodder, they're going to eat it up. And what bigger fodder for the average smooth brain than watching a trial of some kid that you'll never meet, that has nothing to do with your life. It won't change anything about your life, yet you're glued onto it like it's fucking Pulitzer Prize winning stuff. So, yeah. I did think Rackets did some good stuff in his streams with PPP. Rackets definitely knows how to have a good laugh, I think. Sometimes he does get a bit defensive about people trolling about the Drexel question. But for the most part, Rackets actually kind of... And I actually kind of dislike Rackets a bit, but I think he's a guy that you could have a beer with. Personally, I get that feeling.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't find him very entertaining personally, but I do like him as a character. I do like Rackets, sort of.
Now, Bronx has also come in, and we're going to kick it over to our sensei here. And he's come up with a category, and I have to agree. I didn't do this category, but it looks like, Daimo, you have won, officially, the best new Kino of 2021. So, everybody, round of applause for Daimo. Can you give us a speech for your acceptance, Daimo?
I would just like to say, I'd like to thank Rudy Coleman. I'd like to say that I'm a narcissist and I'm addicted to Xanaxu and that I only care about e-fame and that I'm a monster. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. It's something that we all already knew. So I'd like to take that as a moment to wrap it up. I've got to get myself to watching.
I don't get to give my best.
Oh, go ahead. Who gives a fuck? Go ahead.
Fuck you, sir.
Go ahead.
You paid me $200 to be here, though.
Yeah, I know. But now I've got to get on to the next E-Celeb Fiver. So please, just hurry it up. Wrap it up.
I thought Gahul was the anti-Kino of the year, though. I thought everything he did this year was pretty shit.
Actually, that is something we didn't mention. I'm gonna push back here. Look, I'm not a big Kahuru fan. He came through with recording some videos. Very, very nice of him. But that Gunspiracy video
was shit. I agree.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was one of the best pieces I saw this year. Even just the patching in of Surfer as like the Metal Gear Solid stuff. The Jesse the Body Ventura impressions. I thought it was amazing. I love it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again because I thought it was great. But Daimo,
you're getting booed in the chat too.
Is there tomatoes there? Oh Jesus, the Squire of Yeros is back. Okay, now Daimo, who was your So we got your answer, Kino. Who was your most improved Kino of the year?
I think Mormon Shaggy deserves it too.
Yeah.
He went from making videos about the Mormon church fathers to setting his car on fire. That's a man who has improved his content too. I love DJ Axelu. He makes great stuff. But Mormon Shaggy went from 0 to 100 real quickly.
Look, I think that's a very good nomination. Very good. I'm going to throw it back to chat quickly. Have we got any more nominations, chat? Yep, Bronx has self-nominated himself for Best A-Log for the 7th year in a row. Bronx, I think your A-Log game is very good. You're definitely a Spurg who spams a lot in the chat, and I think that's very important to be a solid A-Log. So, yeah, I'm happy to award you the A-Log of the year. And
honorable mention, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, Nicola.
Oh no, I was just congratulating my son, Bronx.
Yep. Congratulations, Bronx. You can sample this voice clip and put it into your next track there, mate, and then Surfer can play it while he's doing some push-ups. So, look, I'd like to say to everyone again, thank you so much for coming. I put this together as a very last-minute thing because I wanted to catch up with everybody and just wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I'd like to thank the Z Celebs for coming through. It shows that you really know how to milk your pay piggies, so well done, gents, in doing so. I'd like to thank the resident female e-girl who's come into the chat. You've got a thick skin there, Bubbles, so well done. I'm sure Surfer won't take your wrench away anytime soon for the good work you've done journeying. So with that, I think it's good to go with an outro. Do we have any requests? I think maybe.
Bro, do you want to do like outro with a Christmas Carol with all of us?
Let's go. Yeah, something.
Sing. I want to sing.
Oh, let's go with a
Daimo.
Mr.
Grinch.
There's me.
Mr. Grinch in honor of Rudy.
Okay, let's do a karaoke, chat. Let's do a karaoke. Okay, we're gonna do. Here we go. This is perfect. Perfect. Because we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Let's get the lyrics
Twilio
up.
is the leading customer engagement platform, enabling you to reach.
Can we all see this chat? Is it coming up, sound and voice and
I
picture?
can see it though.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right.
Kinky.
You have to wait for it's blue.
Last Christmas, gave you my heart. The very next day,
you gave it away.
This year,
save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away.
This year, save me from tears. Give it to someone special. Beautiful. Merry Christmas, chat. I love you all. I'll see you in 2021. Peace out.
Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Good Boxing Day, heroes. Merry Australian Boxing Day, or whatever you're at now.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Spitting and twice shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? What's been a year? It doesn't surprise me. Wipe it up. Not to really represent it. When I was saying I love you and I meant it. Now I know what a fool I am. But if you kiss me now, I know you will be Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, you saved me from tears.
I'll give it to someone special.